Hello, hello. All right, what's up? What's up? What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. On the seventh day, sorry, I had some technical difficulties for a quick second, but what's going on? I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today for Eagles camp, day 7. Okay, day 7 already. Already going to a week of training camp already. Um, And we have a preseason game very, very soon already. It's coming by so damn fast already. So kind of, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. We got KGK, what's going on, buddy? Joe Birds, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? Tanner Plummer, what's going on, dude? Because what do we expect Campbell to do? We expect him to save his energy for games and not turn. Hold on. Save your for your games, not turn this roster into a hospital ward, Joey. I'm honestly surprised that you don't see this as a problem. I mean, look, it's not. We're not. We don't know how it looks on the field right now. I mean, if he's deliberately hurting people, that's probably not a good thing. But if he's playing at 100% and that's just his mentality, and unfortunately, these things do happen. I'm not pretty much saying, hey, let this guy go out there and, hurt, if he's not hitting people later, doing things to piss everybody off. That's what I'm really hoping he's not doing. But I think that's a mentality that you just don't get when it comes to practice, or when you get players from college to the NFL. You don't really get guys with mentality like that. So obviously everybody knows what they're up against when, you're facing him at practice. So I'm not really making a big deal about it because I haven't really seen it, you know? So we'll see. What is going on? Jimbo says, Joey, I love that you called out these soft ass reporters giving Jihad shit for playing hard. Yeah, I mean, you're telling him to, dial it back and they need to control him more. Like, come on now. Come on now. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. You know? What happens, bro? This is what happens. I'm trying to find. Why isn't it showing up? There it is. We got it now. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'd rather a guy try, I mean, like, he's not deliberately hurting people. I mean, they have pads, they had, I think they weren't in pants. They had, shoulder pads, helmets on. You can still get hurt regardless of practice. It's just, what do you expect the guy to do? What do you expect them to do? Greetings from Chocolatown, USA, and hit high, hit him low birds. What's going on? Nina says, good morning, Joey. Happy Friday. You too, Nina. LeBron says Jihad needs to dial it back. If he gets injured, we all going to be pissed. We all know he's elite already. Now relax. Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, guys can get injured at practice. It happens, but it shouldn't. They're not tackling people to the ground right now. They're not making tackles. They're not doing anything crazy right now. I don't think he's got to dial it back, bro. I think just people have to embrace, like, this guy's trying to have a starting job right now. So it's like, all right, they know, the coaching staff knows he's elite, but they still want him to practice. They're not going to tell him to go a little bit softer because they already think he's elite now. Jim says, Joe, I like the small under pressure. That guy seems focused. Yeah, no, I liked his pressure as well. I mean, he made multiple tackles and against the run yesterday, which was great. And he was out for 2 days. I mean, I thought he had a good day. Jihad Campbell obviously had a good day. Adoree Jackson started at cornerback 2 for the 4th time the other day. Sidney Brown's at safety. Ringo had an up and down day. He had a deflection on Johnny Wilson. Darius Cooper pretty much burned him across the field. So he had like an up and down. They had an up and down day. Ringo had an up and down day. So it's just gonna need more time. So it's looking really good. Really good. They know they weren't tackling. No, you're not tackling right now. In practice and training camp, you're never tackling like that. No, you're never tackling like that. But you can hit people. You can go up and hit somebody. If you need to get through a block or something like that. And Campbell's just being him. HVS Jitcher, I'm starting to think that the injuries are not injuries, but they want to play other players more because these guys have already been either on the outs or made their spots. Well, yeah, I mean, look, like there's certain players like, Devontae Smith being out with like, it's more precautionary with a lot of these players. You're giving more of these guys opportunities, especially at linebacker where Dean is out for a while. We'll see if they put him on the PUP list start of the regular season, which they probably will. So he'll be out, 5-6 weeks, something like that. The guys get opportunities. Small Munden's going to have a big opportunity. Trotter Jr.'s had probably one of the strongest camps so far, which is great. What's up, Danielson? A lot of players are having strong camps right now. Safety and cornerback are really the top two right now that we're really focusing on. Right guard, I think we'll figure that out as time kind of rolls by a little bit. Yeah, I said Trot Jr. is having a good camp, but you don't see him going too hard, which ends up hurting people. Look, at the end of the day, like, I've played on the college level. I played Pee Wee, I played high school, and I played college, okay? And especially in college, like, you're going through a practice right now that's an hour and a half, okay? Back in college, you practice for an hour, and the hour seems like 3 hours. I've never not went 100% because I was afraid to hurt somebody. Maybe it's more people that just don't know what it's like to be on the field or don't know what it's like to be on there and having to go 100%, but they have to go 100%. Injuries are going to happen. It happens, I think Ben Van Simmeren, hopefully he's fine because I know he had like a leg injury or something when I think Ben Van Simmeren tried blocking Jihad Campbell and he just like pushed him down or something. He doesn't want to take the block. He throws him to the ground. I mean, that's what it is. Kyrie says, we have enough blue-collar guys. Let Campbell be him. This is football. How long we wish for a fierce linebacker like we used to have. If you want a Fred Warner type player, that's what you're going to get with Campbell. And it's going to be really good. It's going to be good news, man. I'm not really bothered by it. Like, a lot of people are really bothered by it. I don't know why. Are you concerned at all about perceived lack of competition for right guard? I think, yeah, I mean, Steen seems like he's in the lead right now at right guard. Keegan, I think he's been mostly like a third-team center as of right now. Darian Kennard, I think Kennard's his name. He's played a lot of guard. The other guy that used to be on the Eagles, I know he's played a lot of guard here too in this camp. The guy that we used to have probably a few years back. And he's playing a lot of guard. So I think it's still up in the air right now. HBS, the team is deep, seriously deep. You got to love them birds. Torvis, ultimately, it is up to the coaches if they need Campbell being too physical, and they would have to tell him if coaches were fine with it, then they must feel it is anything unusual. No. Like, if he was in 3 different plays, yeah, Matt Pryor, thank you, Tanner. Yeah, Matt Pryor's been playing a lot of guard. Matt Pryor, I think, has been the next guard behind Steen as of right now. I think he's been, like, the next one up. If he had like fights with players like 3 different times at practice, or he started a bunch of shit at practice, then I would say that, there's a problem here and they need to fix what's going on. But when it comes to physicality, yeah, I don't really make a big deal about it, They said, Joe, I wish we'd extend Reed. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Reed after this year, to be honest. I mean, you got to extend Jalen Carter. I think that's your number 1 contract, realistically. You got to figure out what you're doing to Kobe Dean. Figure out what you're doing with Reed, Damn, I'm so excited to see Campbell and Bond in the middle. Going to be an elite deal. What was great about yesterday's practice, they actually put Jihad Campbell on second team as an edge rusher. So if they, this is even better because Nakobe Dean is out. They're getting a lot of looks from Trotter. They're getting a lot of looks from Small Munden. And if they like those 2 guys a lot, they won't be afraid to use. They won't be afraid to use Jihad Campbell as like Micah Parsons kind of lurking around the field. If there's a weakness on that offensive line, they want to exploit that. They can move Jihad Campbell around the line if that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? So, Terrence says Matt Pryor, yes. Lord Vaughn, why am I keep clicking this? I'm always clicking the wrong thing. I don't know why. Lord Vaughn said, who else just hoping Makuba tackles? I mean practices. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he might be out a third consecutive day now. I mean, it really sucks. It really does. I really hope he comes back, man, because I don't know if the Eagles really like Sidney Brown. I really don't. I'm not really sure. I don't think they like Sidney Brown. I mean, they already told you even from last year, like they like Trishan McCollum over Sidney Brown. This is Sidney Brown's technically his first year under Vic Fangio's defense. Realistically, 23, he was a starter, then had an ACL injury, and he was in a totally different scheme that year. So this is really this whole thing is really new to him since coming into this offseason program healthy, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? HVSJR says Campbell's trying to make his own spot. Why wouldn't he get over 100%? Remember, he was passed over by everyone in the draft. He's just showing that he's back from injury and the league's mistake. Yeah, true. Full pads today. Good shit. Good shit, dude. That's what we need. Full pads today. Full pads. Yeah, I think, and then we had other news the other day too. Terry McLaurin, man, requested a trade. How about that? And then I saw a fucking tweet. So Terry McLaurin requested a trade from Schultz, right? And it said, if you're wondering what the holdup is between the Commanders and Terry McLaurin camp, Washington has maintained the stance that McLaurin's age impacts his value and price point. McLaurin is 30 in September. I mean, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you're the oldest roster in football right now. And what is that? You're the oldest roster in football, and now you care about the age of your best player? 5-6 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, and you're now fucking worried about the age of your fucking players? So stupid. So stupid. I mean, realistically, like, was it smart for them to sign Debo? Was it smart for them to sign Debo? Probably not, to be honest. Like, I don't know if Debo's going to be the same player he used to be. If this was a trade like 4 or 5 years ago from Washington, it would be a really big trade. They should trade for DK Metcalf. They should have traded for DK Metcalf. If they trade for DK, that would have been like an eye-opener for their roster. At least a player to grow with Jaden Daniels for the next few years. You have a second-year quarterback now, going into his second year, and there's no one to really grow with. Yeah, Terry McLaurin turns 30 in September. You got like literally 2 30-year-old fucking receivers for Jaden Daniels. Like, if they lose Terry McLaurin, like, they're fucked. Like, they're screwed. And there's no way like Debo is just gonna be old school Debo. I mean, I think Debo is still gonna be a good player, as in he's in an open space after the catch, especially. He's one of the best receivers out there after the catch. You know what I mean? But can he stay healthy a whole season? And they're paying him a nice chunk. You know, it's like $21 million, and maybe they've restructured, maybe they say, but still, it's a nice little chunk. They got him for a 5th-round pick. I wonder why. So I don't know what they're doing. I honestly have no idea. You signed Bobby Wagner. I mean, I don't get, like, they just brought back players that were just here last year. That's it. They brought back familiar faces that were with them last year. That's all they did. Their defense especially. A shit ton of one-year deals. I mean, over $90 million in cap space, and you don't have any type of, like, where's the A.J. Brown trade for them? Like, for a quarterback that they're set on, and we know that Washington is fucking set on that quarterback. And they don't even, like, try to make any type of trade. Remember, like, the Eagles before trading for A.J. Brown, they tried to trade for DK Metcalf. They tried to trade for fucking Debo. They went to every team and went and pretty much were asking for trades of their best receivers. And finally, we were able to get A.J. Brown. But he was still relatively young, which is good, on top of already having Devontae Smith here. So Washington, they're not the type of team that's going to make the sacrifice play when it comes to making a big trade, giving away draft capital. They're just going to sign all these one-year deals, older players, these faces that they had last year because it's just going to get them over the hump to a Super Bowl. I don't know. Because it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if the Giants beat them week 1 with that defense. The Giants defense looks really good. Offensively, Defense, yeah, especially on the defensive line. Very good. Obey says, trust left guard was their big trade in Lattimore. Yeah, I mean, Tunsil. Oh, yeah, Tunsil. Yeah, Tunsil was one. Lattimore was a fucking waste. Like, just a waste. Not only got beat by the Eagles once early in the season against the Saints, but he got A.J. Brown. Like, A.J. Brown mentally had Lattimore where he wanted him. Mentally. All that guy wanted to do was fucking fight and not even concentrate on the game. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, bro. But that's just total disrespect. Like, you might as well sign Terry. Like, they're stupid to not sign Terry. And if you're going to have a better record this year, like, you either trade for a wide receiver next year or go move up in the draft for the best receiver and give away the farm. You know what I mean? HVS says, will the Skins let him go? I doubt, but it would remake the standings in the division. Well, I mean, it's not even letting him go. They're not going to let him go. No, I mean, they're going to, what do you mean? Like, they're going to release him? No. They're going to trade. I mean, Terry was just at their practice. I think was at their practice like the first or second day he showed up. And then I guess he didn't show up anymore after that. I don't know. But not having Terry is going to be huge. That's a huge loss. And Debo's first year coming off injury. And I think all of us probably don't think he's the same Debo we've always been thinking he is. I don't know. Yeah, Tunsil, they gave up a lot of picks. A lot of picks. Yeah, they're not, when it comes to trades, they're not really good. Who they're aiming for or who they're trying to target when it comes to free agents or big trade targets, like they're not really good at that at all. They haven't really been good at that. I mean, over $90 million in cap space. I mean, and that's the type of raw. I can't even imagine with the Eagles having more than 10 picks in the draft and having over $90 million in cap space. I can't even imagine what they would do with that. You know what I mean? I think they've been very afraid to go out and just spend money. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to overspend. You know, you don't want to go out there and pay a shit ton of contracts. I get it. And they've done that, but they haven't really had that big move. Lord says the weather is nice today. Oh, Ray Robinson says the weather is nice today. It's much cooler. Yeah, I heard it's much cooler out there. Joe says Debo don't run routes anyway. It's just going to be McCaffrey going upfield. That's bad. Yeah, McCaffrey, you know, McCaffrey's beat the fuck up. Guy can't even stay healthy. He can't even stay healthy either. Now the Kobe Dean is now sprinting before. Yeah, and the Kobe Dean looks like he's ahead of schedule. There's no doubt. He's definitely ahead of schedule. Definitely ahead of schedule. Cooper DeJean is playfully taking snaps as a holder before practice with special teams unit. They all laughed as he muffed the first one. Get a hold of the second. That's funny. That's actually hilarious. PHY said, let's not act like Debo is a random plumber they pulled off the street. He'll be more versatile than original RC2 if healthy. But that's the whole point. Like, he might not be a wide receiver too. That's what I'm saying. It's not a random player. Like, I'm not saying that Debo's bad or he's going to play horrible, but I don't think he's as good as he used to be. And I don't think, and he's coming off injury as well. He hasn't been healthy the last few years. Hasn't been healthy. Like, I don't think he's trash, but I think he'd be an okay number 2, but I don't think he's anything. I don't think he's as great as everyone thinks he is. Oh, the brother McCaffrey on Washington. Okay. Yeah, he made some noise last year. Thought I would have given Terry a 4-year, $200 million extension. What's up, Rich? Terry's, I don't know. The Patriots have the most cap space right now. The Patriots could pay him. You have Stephon Diggs and Terry McLaurin. That wouldn't be bad for New England. I don't think he's worth 20+ million or whatever he's being paid. I don't know what the contract is. I know he was due like 20-something million, 22, 23 million when he got there. Something like that. Obviously, I'm not worried about Jay Dales. I played with him in high school. He never won state, didn't win championship in college, and when it counted most, he lost the game before the Super Bowl. And that's what he did. Does McLaurin want over 30K? Because who is giving him that? I do agree. Washington should pay him. He stuck it out with them through bad time, and that's true. But he's just a great player. I mean, I think Debo was the wrong fucking move. Extend McLaurin, and they should have traded for like DK or something. They should have did something else. You know, I mean, AJ Brown's not even. AJ Brown's what, the 13th highest paid receiver right now. Devontae Smith is not even sniffing the top 15 in highest paid receivers right now. And I didn't think, in my opinion, I didn't even think that he was going to get signed. I didn't think AJ Brown and Devontae Smith were going to get re-signed. Both. I said one of them, sure. I never thought that was going to happen. But let me tell you, like, Jalen Hurts took less money to help the team. Devontae Smith took less money to help the team. I got to give respect where respect is due with that. Rigo says, can someone tell Campbell to take it easy, stop sending our players to the blue tent and save it for Cleveland? Yeah. Look, like, I'm not, like, if guys get hurt, they get hurt. It's part of the game. It's part of practice. It's what's going to happen. Like, there's nothing that you could stop. You can't stop it from happening. There's nothing that you could really do. There's nothing you could do at all. So, we're going to be hearing from Nick Sirianni probably the next, we should be hearing from him now, actually. Should be hearing from him now. And then we'll have practice at 10. I don't know if the Eagles have practice tomorrow. They probably do. I would think they probably do tomorrow, right? I don't have to say. And then Sunday they're off. Is Cole McLaurin also seeking an extension or just a pay raise? I'm not extending a 30-year-old at 30+ million regardless of how good he is. Yes, he wants an extension. Yes. I mean, look, he deserves it, but at his age right now, this is the big problem. Like, this is why the Eagles will never pay a 30-year-old player anymore. Never. They will never extend a 30-year-old player. The Eagles have they've been done with that. They're never doing that again. You're not going to see players hit their 30s and get paid here. Unless it's, by, Brandon Graham, guys that are coming back for 1-year contracts. They're not taking as much money, things like that in a rotation, some things like that. Daniel says Josh Harris is gun shy about extending players because of Embiid and PG. I keep forgetting he's part owner of the Sixers. I know that Jeffrey Lurie got part ownership of the Celtics, because I know he had interest in the Celtics. Kenyon Green did practice the first time yesterday. I think it was the first time the other day. So I haven't heard any other news on him though. Vince said, I think the Eagles D is better than last year. Oh, it's going. I think it will be. I think from a secondary standpoint, it's going to be a lot better. I think from if they get this cornerback 2 spot kind of shored up, I think defensive line they might be even better this year. Oh, someone else bought the Celtics? I heard that Jeffrey Lurie wanted like part ownership of the Celtics, like he was looking into it or something like that. That's what I heard. Last time I checked, they're not practicing. Yeah, I heard Thursday, Friday practice, and that was really it. Okay, said it was a report Lurie had interest in the Celtics, but Lurie denied that. Oh, okay. So maybe it was made up. No Nick Sirianni press conference before practice today. He's under the weather. It's unclear he'll be out at practice. Sounds like a game time decision. Okay, so Sirianni is not feeling good today. It's okay. It is what it is. It happens. It happens. Here we go. Got Vic Fangio and Drew Makuba. Chat before practice. We'll see how involved the rookie safety after missing 3 practices with the shoulder injury. He's in shoulder pads, but no padded pants. Okay. Makuba's in shoulder pads, which is not, that's actually a pretty good sign. I I don't think it means he's practicing today. I mean, you would think that maybe he would practice today, or maybe he'd be a very, 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 very light practice for him today to see how he feels. But shit, I mean, I can't even complain about that, right? Can't complain about that. How the fuck do you get sick in the summer? I get sick in the summer. You can get sick. Allergies. I mean, allergies. Summer, spring to summer. It's all allergies, bro. Game time decision. I guess he was just being. He was just being funny. He was being funny. All right, so no Nick Sirianni press conference, so I guess we're gonna go straight into practice another 15 minutes. But that's a good sign, though. That's a good sign. Oh, look at beautiful. The full pass. It looks like Andrew Makuba is in shorts and shells. Progress for the rookie. Yeah, hopefully. We need him back. Hey, look, if we get him back by like early next week, I think that's a win. Jimbo says, "I'll take it." I think that's a win. Honestly, I think that's a huge win for us. By the way, there's 127 people in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. If you guys haven't, hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithm as usual. And yeah, we're gonna be going over the seventh day of Eagles training camp, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. We have preseason, another week, I think. The week and a half, another week and a half, something like that. We'll be ready to go. Jay says, "What y'all think about the virtual first down chain gang? Thing they got going on. I have no idea. I haven't even seen that. That's the first time of me even hearing about it. He's still prepared for light contact, and that's perfectly fine. If that's the case, then yes. I mean, this is what happens. Like physical reps, you're not getting the physical reps. You're not going to play. I mean, that's what it is. I don't know where this injury came from. I'm guessing this injury came from when him and Danny Gray. I think it was when him and Danny Gray like ended up running into each other at practice. I think it was a few days ago. Oh, next Thursday. Okay. Oh, we got Hard Knocks in 4 days? That's interesting. Joey, you see the Jihad in the background of the Makuba pick? Jihad in the background? I don't know. This one? He's looking like he's going to kill somebody. Looking at Jihad Campbell, it looks like, I mean, you can't really see it on the... Here, like right there. Right here in this area. Top left of that picture. That guy he's big, dude. Pause, but he's big. I'm not gonna lie. There's less than a week until preseason game against the Bengals. I'm excited, bro. Oh, wow, looks like he's developing Trey Lance. Cowboys and Niners didn't know what they were doing. No. Bro, the virtual measurement is great. I didn't even know about that, dude. Look, I'm looking forward to these preseason games. Davis Price was my breakout guy last year, but he eventually messed up and got cut. Oh, Tyron Davis Price, yeah. How about that? Who's that other running back? That Shunderick Powell? Shunderick Powell, like he's starting to make some noise in camp at running back as well. Joseph, haven't had a linebacker that big since Hicks, really, huh? I don't know how big Hicks was, to be honest. Powell Ryland, I haven't heard much on. Obey, I haven't heard much on him at all. I wish I had more information on him, but nothing more than that. I mean, Joshua Uche made some plays a couple days ago. Azeez Ojulari made one play a few days ago. Even Fangio said that the edge rushing position, like, there's nothing really solid there yet. These preseason games are going to help that tremendously. So once we stream that game, we'll have more of an insight on what's going on and what's happening. So TJ Edwards is pretty big though. BHY says might as well have the Bengals play their starting defense next week because against us because of how bad it is. And Trey Hendrickson just came back. He caved in. Hey, Robinson, did you hear Q say that they are using tech to help with tracking balls? Ringo needs to use it. Really? I never knew that. No, I never heard that. Yeah, Ringo needs that. Ringo dropped one. He actually dropped one the other day. He had a nice incompletion against Johnny Wilson. I mean, Johnny Wilson, I mean, it's not much to say, but it's a positive thing for Ringo to at least do something. And then he got burned by Darius Cooper yesterday across the field up the sideline on a slant. I mean, he's getting beat on slants on top of getting beat vertically. I don't know, man. We're gonna give this thing time at cornerback, but it's just to a point now where I don't know, bro. I don't know. No practice today for Andrew Makuba. 4 straight practice he missed with the shoulder. Okay, so okay. He's got the shoulder pads on, kind of confusing there. So he's not even practicing at all, period. Like no practice at all for him. Okay. Okay. So I guess he's not practicing or doing somewhat of a light, very, very light practice. I mean, okay, that's fine. M9 said Wilson dropped so many balls. He's just a taller Aguilar at this point. A taller Aguilar. He's got great. He's gonna make the team because he can block. I'm telling you, he's gonna make the team because he can block. And honestly, like they're gonna give him opportunities this year. He's gonna make the team. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jahan Dotson. I mean, Terrace Marshall's got to come back, man. It just sucks. Like 24 was his only healthy season because he barely started for the Raiders. He had a 1-year deal with the Raiders in 24. Like, Terrace Marshall can't get out of his own way with injuries. He's been like that since he got drafted, literally. You know what I mean? So I think between them three and then Johnny Wilson and then, I mean, Elijah Cooks is killing it right now. He's fucking killing it in this camp. He dropped a big pass in the corner of the end zone by McKee, but let me tell you, like, that guy has effort written all over him. Effort all over the place. What's going on, Rocky, with the super chat? Thank you so much, man. What up, Joey? Go Birds. You got faith in Ringo? I'm just waiting it out, dude. I don't know. It's still very early to have faith. I want him to win the job. I mean, if you want to know if I have faith, I want him to win this job badly. You know, and I don't think Fangio's really high on fucking Adoree Jackson. I mean, he's pretty much telling the media, like, he's got to prove himself. And you know what I mean? Makes no sense, dude. Makes no sense. You know? It's just too early to tell, I guess, you know? Rocky with another super chat says, Makuba is frail. Watts was right there to draft. Yeah, well. I wouldn't, you know, these injuries do happen, so I'm not giving up on Makuba because of his size. I mean, yeah, I mean, he runs into a receiver and Danny Gray at practice. He gets hurt like instantly from a tackle. I think from Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's perspective on his weight, I think he's only like, 10 or 15 pounds lighter. I know Makuba actually gained some weight this offseason. So, I mean, it could be almost anything, you know? We got Freddie with the super chest as well. You'll be looking for in preseason. I mean, I want to look at right guard. I want to look at the starting lineup for the offensive line as the game goes on. I want to see depth at receiver. I want to see these edge rushers. I want to see Uche Ojulari. I want to see Antoine Powell Ryland. I want to see Ty Robinson because I don't think Ty Robinson at DT has done a fucking thing in this camp. I don't even know. I haven't heard his name float around one damn time in this camp. I want to see the safeties. I want to see Sidney Brown. I want to, you know what I mean? I'm hoping by next Thursday, Makuba will be back and be ready to play for that game. Hopefully, we really need to see him in that game. It's really a lot of positions, but it's a starting position between safety, right guard, and cornerback, or you're kind of looking at depth at a lot of positions. So there's a lot of people to look at. It's very exciting. It's gonna be it's a very exciting time. You know what I mean? Dan's gonna say Wilson must be eating popcorn before every game practice. Yeah, potentially. Lord says, I think Makuba is going to be great. I'm mad that he's not practicing. Also, look at Makuba highlights. He's a big game player. All the best players are against great teams. Makuba is ready. I hope so. K-Rod says they also just be more cautious at this point and not that he really can't practice. I think they They really need him. I think it's hurting the Eagles that Makuba's not practicing tremendously. I think it's really hurting them. All right, Ben Van Simmeren's out too, and that's and he got hurt by Jahad Campbell the other day. He got hurt by Jahad Campbell yesterday from that hit that he took from him the other day. So he's out as of right now. Get this stream up on my phone quick. Make sure we're all right. Okay. Okay. Mac McWilliams and Drew Makuba so far among the Mac McWilliams not practicing either. What the fuck is going on, bro? Fuck, dude. Mac McWilliams is out too? What is this? Corner. I swear to God, bro. Like we haven't talked about having a corner issue in so fucking long. And at this point, it's like, Jesus. I'm telling you, dude, like, if we're losing games this year because of that one fucking spot, it's gonna so annoy me. It's gonna so annoy me that like we're gonna it'll be like 50 seconds to go, and the Eagles have to stop a team going downfield, and like you're gonna have a corner out there that's gonna get flagged every fucking minute, letting the team go down the field in 2 seconds. Like I don't want to go through that shit this year. All right, Zach Bond is out as well. He's got a bruise on his back, so I think that's just precautionary. I don't even think that's even serious at all. I don't care if Zach Bond's out. Let these other linebackers work. Let Small Munden work. Let Trotter Jr. work. Let fucking Jahad Campbell work. I'm perfectly fine with Zach Bond taking some time. It's fine. Yeah, E.J. Jenkins, the tight end, is still out. There'll be a second day being out. I wonder what Mac McWilliams has. Hopefully it's nothing else. Hopefully it's like a concussion and that's really it. Not saying that's a good thing, but just saying it's a little bit better than what you hear from anything else. They better not be eating ice cream. I wonder how much of Danny Gray getting released was him injuring Makuba. Well, I think that's what happened. I think it was the collision between Makuba and Danny Gray. Fucking corner, man. Corners. We have nobody left. Eli Ricks had a pick. Yeah, Eli Ricks actually played in the slot the other day. First team defense. He actually had a pick. It was an overthrown pass from Hurts to Goddard. And Eli Ricks picked it right off. Roxy's cornerback 2 and safety going to be an issue? Yeah, potentially, bro. Potentially. Oh, man. Simmons was begging to come to the Eagles. Could have gotten him cheap. Oh, what do you mean? He's still going to be cheap. The longer Justin Simmons sits out in free agency, the cheaper he's going to get. The cheaper he's waiting for an opportunity. These older veterans over 30 years old that are sitting right now are waiting to join a team. Guys that necessarily don't want to be in the beginning of training camp. They train themselves. They do their stuff. If Makuba's out a lot longer, hopefully not. Got the shoulder pads on today, so I think there's something brewing of some good news going forward soon. Simmons is depreciating his value. Oh, that's what happens. Yeah. I mean, that's really what happens. They do need to practice, but I think they are more cautious. Why force it when we will need these guys? They did. Oh, that's true. It's true. No doubt. We got Daniel Sand. Welcome to the Camper Tier, my friend. Thank you so much. And by the way, appreciate you becoming a member. By the way, I just put brand new. I'm adding more. I have some crazy Eagles emojis coming out for the live chat, just for the live chat in general, especially for game day and other days. But we just got badges onto the channel as well. I'm adding a few more badges somebody's making for me. We got these cool little skull badges. So if you become a member, you get a badge and you rep it out. So. And Daniel Sand, let me know, did you become a member through the link I put up at the top of the screen, or did you get it from the bottom of the screen where you hit the money sign thing? Because I've had issues. So for some reason, my channel's not gifting memberships. I don't know why. Like, there's no option for it. So I don't know. There's some like issues going on. I'm trying to resolve at YouTube right now. It's been an up and down experience with YouTube right now. Nick Sirianni is sick, but he did make it out to practice. Okay, cool. Coolio. We got Drew Makuba's going through individual warm-ups with defensive backs. Did this on his own yesterday under supervision of trainers. Okay, so that's good. So they're allowing him to. That's actually very good. Very good. Sorry about that. Okay, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. I just pressed join. Okay. I appreciate Daniel so much, my buddy. Who's left in the market at corner? Asante Samuel Jr. That's it. Asante Samuel Jr. is the only one left that's out in free agency. That's it. And I don't even know. And the reason why, Asante Samuel Jr. missed a lot of time with the Chargers last year, and it was a contract year. Missed a lot of time. He had a stinger injury. He just had surgery this past April. So no wonder he didn't get signed. He's having surgery on a stinger, a neck shoulder operation that he had. But I've seen a lot of videos of him working out and doing stuff. So he's been working his tail off, which is a good thing, M99J said, I could be wrong, but I heard Ty Robinson was playing so soft, even some players for the offensive line called him out. Really? I hope that's not the case, bro, because that's going to suck. That's going to really suck. Nick Sirianni arriving at practice 36 seconds ago. Rock, if we get both, it'll be crazy work. Sean says, I hope Makuba can get rid of the shoulder injury soon. Yeah, I mean, he's warming up with shoulder pads on. He's not practicing today, but that's not bad. That's a really good sign. Really good sign. So Gilmore is out there too. That's great. Richard with a 30-year-old next, Sean. Gilmore is cooked. Yeah, Stephon Gilmore is I wouldn't make that signing. That's just me. I mean, look, when it comes down to Justin Simmons, even if Makuba comes back and he just isn't panning out, looking too great, and Sidney Brown's not working out, Justin Simmons is literally the fucking last resort. I'm saying out of desperation, the desperated play, this is your last straw, and you need to get him, then you go get him. John Biles said Lane Johnson called out Ty saying, if you're afraid to hit, take your pads off and go. What? No. I never saw that. Where was that report? Somebody tagged me that report because I never even seen that. Fucking what? John says, hey, what's wrong with 30-year-old? Wait, what the? All right, I don't know what I think I know what we're talking about, but I don't know what we're talking about. Joey Porter would be pretty good. I mean, they're not making look. The issue with trying to get a good player, you can't trade for a good player before the season starts unless you're giving up a lot of picks. The Eagles have 13 picks. Sure, they can go out and trade for somebody, but nobody wants to trade a good player before your season starts. Unless, there's a team out there that's you know what, we're not going to pay him at the end of this year, so we'll just have to put in somebody else at corner and source John Blackbow. I mean, that would be fucking kind of crazy if that actually happened. I don't believe it, but that would be kind of nuts, though. Torrey Smith is at Eagles camp. Nice. Who the hell is that? That guy is even. Who the hell is this? just standing there looking like an idiot. All right. Can Scary Terry play cornerback? Because I'm not really worried about safety. We have more value there than we have at cornerback too. No, I agree. And there's a free agent out there that you can get that plays well under Fangio, supposedly, and Justin Simmons if you have to make that call. If you really have to make that call, that's what you do, I guess. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Fan Hub. Corey Smith's son. I'm not. I have no idea. I don't know who the fuck that is. Yeah, there's Joe Douglas in the picture. Yeah. Dictionary not feeling well, so pre-practice pressure not having, questionable for practice, but it does not make it. He'll do a presser. Blah blah blah. Hey, Daniel Sand just gifted 5 Joey Shake 72 memberships. Thank you so much. Congrats to Jimbo, Wombat, Zombat, Cayman, BA, Arthur McQueen for receiving memberships. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I had issues with it. Yeah, like when I go on my phone, when I go to the live stream on my phone and I hit the thing at the bottom, there's only super chats and super stickers. So I actually talked to YouTube and was like, "What's going on with?" Yeah, I have no idea. That shows up at the bottom, and like that's it. I have no idea why. No idea, because on my end I don't see anything, which is weird. But appreciate so much, Daniel. Say it. Thank you so much for doing that, my brother. They also press a little money icon at the chat and go. Yeah, that's. It doesn't show up for me, which is just weird. I just had to allow free memberships. All right. So obviously still warming up. The join button didn't show up on mine either. Yeah. YouTube is squirrely. I had to stop it, uninstall all the cache, uninstall all the downloads, and then re-download everything to get the work picture on my phone. Ouija said, if it gets really bad, I may have to put Coop at corner. I don't want to do that, bro. You put Coop at corner, your defense is worse. It's worse, bro. And you got nobody that can play inside. At least Cooper has more value to play on the inside right now for this year because he could drop back into coverage from the inside and cover the flat and do he just has so much more value. There's so much more he could do on the inside from a coverage standpoint. You throw him at cornerback 2, he's just going to be following one receiver. Or sorry, he's just going to be playing on that one side and that's it. And worrying about one guy. Like, we need him to be a Swiss Army knife. We need him to roll around this field. He needs more to do. You put him at cornerback 2, bro. It's actually going to make the defense worse. It's going to make it way worse. Way worse. Sean says, have we heard more about McWilliams playing inside? No, he has been playing inside. He's been taken over from Akuba and dime package. So DeJean and McWilliams have been playing on the inside. He's done pretty good. So a little good for the sample size that he's been getting. So what's going on? Things are heating up in Dallas. What's going on, Tanner? Micah Parsons post cryptid gif. Oh yeah, he said something today in the he said one last time. He posted something that said one last time, quote unquote. I don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea what that means. Putting Coop at cornerback 2 limits the hell out of what Vic likes to do. Yeah. I think it makes your whole entire defense worse, bro. I mean, you're literally just gonna have him on one guy. I mean, that's it. I mean, you need him freehand. You need him as a freehand around the field, bro. They're trying to get McWilliams to get that inside corner spot. They're trying to get as many guys to get that inside corner spot as possible because even yesterday at practice, they were putting Coop got beat, I think, by Calcaterra for a first down. He didn't close fast enough at safety. He's still learning the position. That's perfectly fine. It is way worse. It is because before Coop got here, what was really our biggest fucking weakness on this defense? Inside corner. 2023. Remember Zach McPherson got an ACL injury? And we know how Avonte Max has looked like shit for a good amount of time. Kind of fell off because of injuries and fell off in general. It's been one of our all team offenses are going to do is they're going to put their number one receiver on the inside. And then thank God we got good linebackers, but you don't have a good coverage guy inside, man. It's a huge weakness. Yo, Wombat, what's going on, buddy? He says, what's up? What's good? Champs, I was watching on my TV, saw my name across TV for gift of membership. Good look, Daniel. Figured I'd come drop a like and see what's up for a bit. What's going on, Wombat? I'm doing good, man. We're just going over 7th day of training camp, getting ready to go. And by the way, I really want your feedback because I'm a feedback type of guy. Do you guys like the way I do my videos? Is it a step up from last year? Is it not a step up? Like, are the videos better than they were last year? Just from an editing, I'm editing a lot more in these videos now. I'm doing a little bit extra for these videos now. So I want to know from you guys if the editing is just, if the videos are just a little bit better. That's all. That's all. And you can say they're horrible. It don't matter. It's feedback. So, you know. Rock said, yeah, I don't want Coop at 2. Howie needs to get off his hands and go find a DB out there. He might. He might. Shoves said Vic wants Coop to roam like Jenkins. Like a Malcolm Jenkins piece. Yeah. Yeah, Maddox signed with Detroit. No, I'm saying like I'm giving examples on why that position's so important and why moving Cooper DeJean to cornerback 2 is going to make your defense worse because you have nobody that can play inside right now. Mick Williams is missing practice today, and he's like the only one, and Eli Ricks. Like, do you really trust them right now? Probably not. I'm saying that's been a big weakness. You've seen what happens when you have an Avonte Maddox type player in that fucking position that really can't, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Okay, just making sure. And like I said, you could say that the videos are horrible. I really don't care. You know what I mean? It's feedback. So, yeah, man, I always love your stuff. Say it's the same, consistent. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We got Rich. Welcome to the camper tier, my friend. Thank you for becoming a member, my buddy. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Joining up. Appreciate your consistency, Joey. Your videos low key part of my morning routine. Thank you. Your videos are great. Thank you, Arthur. Rich just had to click the link, Shakes, that you posted up top. Okay, so I don't know. People are telling me that they're getting memberships from the money sign thing at the bottom of the live chat, and people are telling me that the link is working. So I'm trying not to put the link up there. I only put the link up there because I don't think my other thing is working down there. So appreciate it, Wombat, so much, man. Josh, I like the videos. They're my go-to, to be honest. All right, appreciate it so much. All right, I just want to know. Like I said, you could say, Joe, your videos are fucking terrible. And I'll be fine with that. I have no problem with that. Trust me. Nate says, you always been a king of hustle. As far as putting out content, I'll say Eagle AI fighting you for a top spot there. Oh, Eagle Al? Eagle Al's great. I love Eagle Al. He's awesome. I would love to do a collab with him. I subscribe to him. I always watch his stuff. There you go. There's one. There's one. Yeah, the background's coming. It's coming. Like by the regular season, like my girlfriend's coming back from Jersey today. She was visiting her cousin. So the backdrop, I'm moving this desk. I have a backdrop. I have wallpaper. I have all this stuff that I have on the other side of the house I haven't even touched yet because I can't do it because I'm a clumsy fuck and I can't do it. So trust me, things are coming. I don't like this. Trust me. I'm gonna keep the same view camera wise. Maybe a little bit further out. I'm changing some things around. So no, you're good. Like I said, you could say that. It's fine. Yeah, new setup's coming. Yeah. I got my computer built now. My computer's built now. Everything's pretty much done except all this shit is not done. So David says, have the Eagles found the answer yet to the right guard? From what we're hearing so far, it seems like Steen is like the top guy and Matt Pryor might be the second guy. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I would love to try Miles Hinton, like a big tackle going in at right guard, like kind of what Mekhi Becton did last year. I would really like that. Eagles wide receiver Devontae Smith is missing his 4th practice with back tightness, but he warmed up with the team and now running sprints and trainers. Yeah, he's fine. Like Devontae Smith is fine, bro. Like they're just You know what I mean? They're just, it's all precautionary shit. No Devontae or Nolan. Nolan Smith's still out with the concussion. So, Emmanuel says hi from Puerto Rico, brother. What's going on, man? Puerto Rico. There you go. That's what I want to see. That's feedback. That's what I call feedback. Videos get better with all these new memberships. I appreciate it, man. Tyrann Bond 1410, another Lord Brunson collab this year. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. Like I don't, you know, I comment on this stuff on X and stuff. I don't want to bother the guy either. You know what I mean? I know he's busy doing stuff. So if he wants to do it, I'm fine with that. You know, if he, you know, if he wants to do it, I'd be fine. No problem. No issue. You know? Katie Case said, hit the like button. Appreciate it, man. Definitely hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new as well. Appreciate it so much. We're kind of get through practice right now. A practice conversation between Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Kevin Patullo. All right, where's the official injury report? Got to have it soon. It's 10:16. Have they started? I mean, they've really started practice so far. Yeah. Did anyone see the Uncrustables eating challenge? Yo, isn't that the dude that ate all the hot dogs? Isn't that the guy they brought for the Uncrustable eating challenge on the Eagles on their site on the from the videos? Is that the dude that was in the hot dog eating challenge? That dude, I want to throw up while watching that. I can't even watch that. Shit's crazy. That's crazy. Because I haven't seen him in a while, but I think a stream with you in Gate City would be dope. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a long time. A lot of people I haven't talked to in a long time. Well, it's the 445 here and the 60 likes. If not, you gay cowards. King George says, who do we have our first joint practice with and when? I don't know when it's with the Browns. I forgot the date though. I'm not really sure. All right, here we go. We have the official. And by the way, before we got Woody G 215. Welcome to the camper tier, my friend. Thank you so much. So much. Means a lot. We got member badges, brand new member badges. They're like skeletons. I didn't know what to put for member badges. I was like wings, an eagle, a knife. I didn't know what to do. So I did some skeletons. Somebody made me some skeletons. I'm going to have some more. I have some really cool emojis coming out for the live chat as well, just for the live chat. So it's going to be really cool, really fun. So. All right, here it is. So not practicing. Zach Bone with the back. EJ Jenkins hamstring. Terrace Marshall with the knee. Mac McWilliams quad injury. Oh, boy. Devontae Smith back. Nolan Smith concussion. And Ben Van Simmeren ankle. Limited today. Jahad Campbell shoulder. Jalen Carter shoulder. Land Dickerson ribs. Cam Jurgens back. Andrew Makuba's is unlimited today. So some of these players are limited but practicing, and I guess some of these guys are limited, but they're only doing like warm-ups and little things. So Makuba of the bunch on the limited list is probably doing very little, but that's a really good side though. Very, really, really good side. Appreciated Woody G 215 for the membership, my buddy. I don't know, but they had him on before. Okay. Cases that's what I was going to say, Joe. I tried watching it, but it made me sick. Yeah. The hot dog eating contest, like legit made me want to throw up. It made me not want to eat a hot dog ever again. Literally, that's what it did. Hey, so my buddy just sent me a bumper sticker that said Cleveland has had 8 quarterbacks since they signed Deshaun Watson. After this year, might probably make that 11. Fuck. Joe Bird says, seriously, Joey, big fan of your honest takes. Keep it up, go Bird. Appreciate it, Joe. Hey, George, Makuba upgrade to limited. That's progress. It is. Daniel saying machete badges would be cool. Yeah. I'm just doing some skeletons, honestly. And they actually look pretty cool. They actually look pretty cool. Oh, shit, I didn't save that. Well, let me save that. So we're good to go. All right, so McWilliams has a sleeve on his left leg. That's a quad injury, so that sucks. God, we need corners. We need corners badly. That's what we need. Here, let me show you. Somebody made me these. I don't know if I showed anybody. So let me do this. Is this going to show up? I don't know if this is going to show up. No. 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 Oh, there they are. Yeah, so these are not the other ones up top. So the little skeletons, those are like my badges somebody made for me, by the way. If nobody knew. Those are the badges that somebody made. And yeah, they're fine. Something spooky. I don't know. Nothing crazy. But that's what we did. All right. Can I get my thing back here? All right, so that's the injury report. Bonnie Blue, yeah. Yeah, somebody made those for me real quick. So I have more badges for like over a year, 2 years. So I'll have more badges coming. I have a bunch of stuff being made the next couple weeks before the season starts. All right, can I get X back up on my thing? Thank you. Thank you. Let me. Thank you. Week 1 gonna be a long night. Ringo trying to cover Pickens. I know, bro. I think about it a lot. Trust me, I think about it a lot. So, so would you sign Judge Simmons or Stephen Gilmore if no one steps up? Definitely could use a veteran presence in the secondary. Right now, I wouldn't sign anybody. I'd wait it out another few weeks. There's no point to sign anybody right now. Like we haven't been through a week of camp yet. Like it's been like literally we're on the 7th day of camp. Like there's no reason to sign a veteran right now, at all. Nonetheless, at all. Do I say, hey Joey? I know we were here for the Eagles, but did you watch the Hall of Fame game? I watched some of it yesterday. I was really tired last night. I've been going to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock. I was like really tired yesterday, so I didn't watch the highlights. I had it on for like 10 minutes and I was like falling asleep. So, all right, Eagles DBs going through their paces is good, which is good. Awesome, awesome. I don't know, bro. Why am I not getting these? Like, I have to like re-notify myself on all these like updates. It's just so weird. It's so weird. On everybody. It's like I have to do this every day. Like every day I got to do this, and I don't know why. Kind of annoying. Rocky says, still have no clue why we didn't re-sign Isaiah Rodgers. Comp pick, bro. Because if he leaves, signs with the team, the Eagles got a comp pick for next year. They got a comp pick for Milton Williams. They got a comp pick for Isaiah Rodgers. And they got a comp pick for Mekhi Becton. Yeah, that's why I said if no one steps up. Right. Righty, right. Tanner says, Joe, you have to refresh your page constantly to see new tweets. So I can't. All right. So that's why I have to do it like that. There we go. Okay. Eagles DB's warming up. Cool, cool. All right, so Andrew Makuba's back at practice, limited capacity. So that's great. I mean, that's better than what I thought. So I really can't complain about that. Sweat. I don't know if they got a comp pick. They can only get 3 comp picks. I don't think they can get more than 3. I think 3 is the limit that a team could get for the next season. I don't think they got one. I don't know if they got one for Sweaty. They got one for Milt though. Becton and Rodgers. I don't think they can be awarded 4 picks. Oh, we got a 4th for Sweaty? Okay, so did we get 4? How many comp? Somebody search how many comp picks the Eagles got for next year. Not 3. Milton? Oh, Milton, Josh Sweat, and Becton. Oh, okay. It wasn't Isaiah Rodgers. Okay. It was Milt, Josh Sweat, and Becton. Okay. I thought they ended up getting a comp pick for Isaiah Rodgers. I guess they didn't. Okay. So that makes sense. My mistake then. Eagles GM Howie Roseman throwing passes of defensive backs during individual drills. That's very good news. That's very good news for Makuba. I mean, I gotta say. Yeah, three comp picks for 26. They said the last time I looked at it, granted it was Google AI, but it said we got one for Sweaty Williams, the third, fourth, and a fifth. Yeah. Or is it Bradbury probably the only person Ringo's better than still? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. There we go. Thank you, Tanner. Brooks said Drew Makuba is going through individual drills, but is not leaping for or catching passes. Seems to wave that off. Still limited with a shoulder injury. Okay. Hey, look, I'm fine with that. I have no fucking issue with that. I have no issue with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Dave says, "Yo, Dave, what's up, buddy?" He said, "What up, brother? I'm home. Suffered that stroke on Wednesday. Got me a ride in an ambulance to the ER. What the fuck, dude? Are you all right?" Oh, a heat stroke. All right. I thought you meant like an actual stroke. I mean, it's still bad, but I've had heat stroke before too. But damn, I hope you're good. Fucking rest up, drink a lot of fluids, and just relax. AC on, chill out in the house. Damn, Dave. It's a good day for practice. Cooler outside, good for practice. Yeah, definitely. But man, I hope you're all right. I hope you're all right. Shit. Some scary shit, bro. Karen McKee and Jalen Hurts throwing over the middle. That's good news. I'm glad that Makuba's light today. Thank God. Is it true Adoree Jackson apparently is like ranked? Wasn't Adoree Jackson ranked against the pass like 13th? What was Adoree Jackson ranked against the pass last year? Because apparently he did really well. Hmm. Ben Van Sermon is a knee or a leg injury. That's the shot he took from Campbell, I think. Campbell's going to be a beast. Good grief. Kid is ready. He is ready. That whole entire linebacker core, I think, is fucking ready, to be honest. I think they're completely ready. I mean, Small Munden, I can't wait. I can't wait for Small Munden, too. But Trotter Jr.'s having a fucking strong camp. I mean, really strong camp. Ben Van Simmeren has it's an ankle. Okay. So it's just an ankle. Arthur McQueen said Hurts gonna win MVP this year. I can feel it. He's on the doorstep of greatness. He really is, bro. He really is. It's a new year. It's a different vibe. It's new, but so I mean, the offense is pretty much the same as last year, except for no Gainwell and you have a missing piece at right guard. I know Giants were last versus the pass last year. Rock said Munden Jr. is a tank after watching the press conference yesterday. Dude, can't wait for Small Munden, bro. I mean, to go out and get a Georgia linebacker and an average size linebacker, nothing monstrous with his size, but he's got a ton of speed, ton of versatility. Off ball coverage is great, but man, when he attacks downhill, oof, man, he's a fucking missile. Jason Rock thinks I'm good. I've been 17 years since the last time I've been doing HVACR for 30 years. I was just hustling to get a kitchen exhaust motor done. It was 297 pounds. Should have had a crane. Oh, Jesus. The chase is Tommy King going to be someone's D coordinator. Look at what he's doing with the linebacker. Tommy King is it Tom? His name is Tommy King. Is it Tommy King? That's his name. I know King is his last name. You know what's so funny about that hiring of King to the linebacker coach, being the positional linebacker coach? Bobby King. Yeah, I'm about to say Tommy King. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. It's got to be another name. Bobby King. Fangio didn't even handpick Bobby King to be the linebacker coach. Somebody on his staff, he would say who, but somebody on his staff was like, go hire Bobby King. He turns linebackers into Pro Bowlers. He did it with Tennessee. He got a linebacker a big fucking contract. I think he went to Houston, I think, or I forgot where he went. Al Shire, whatever his name is. I forgot his fucking name. I want to see Dotson have more catches. Yeah, he probably will. He'll have a bigger role. I mean, look, he was behind last year, the whole entire year. He was way behind the entire year. So I'm glad that there was some trust at the end of the year with Jahan Dotson. And the greatest thing about it is that there was no tape on Jahan, so they actually took advantage of the situation, especially at the Super Bowl. Throw him 2 passes, and he's a first-round talent playing wide receiver 3, bro. I mean, he could be at 2 for another team right now, you know? But this depth at receiver is Elijah Cooks is really the only one that's been doing anything. Darius Cooper's had a couple good catches. All right, here we go. We got Keely Ringo first up at first team cornerback today. 4 days, Adoree Jackson, 3 days, Ringo. Okay, so now Ringo's starting to get, come on, Ringo, have a good day today. He had an up and down day yesterday, and I'll take that over a fucking bad day, period. You know what I mean? Joseph Augustine says, go Birds, bro. As Nia Smith catches first pass of practice, a quick out to the sideline from Hurts. Good. Nia Smith needs to show something here. Avery Williams returning kicks today. That's good. No Cooper DeJean. No Jahan Dotson. I feel like Clint and Christian Parker are going to get poached. Christian Parker's getting poached after this. Oh, yeah, 100%. He almost left to go to get the DC job with the Saints. That was really close. When Kellen Moore went to the Saints, he almost left to go over there. No joke. See. Honestly, just double team Pickens week 1 or let Mitchell trap. Well, that's going to be an interesting one, like, because Mitchell's going to be moved around the field like crazy because they're playing him. They're shadowing. They've already done it. He's been playing on the right side more in camp because they're going to be moving him on opposite sides. He's going to be following the number 1 receiver regardless. But due to this cornerback 2 spot, it's going to be really interesting of how this thing really develops here. I mean, every fucking week you're going to be facing a good receiver. Even as a number 2 corner, you're going to be facing a good receiver. See. Nia Smith catches first pass. So we have a Nia Smith with the first catch. Ringo is starting with the defense today. Yeah, I think Christian Parker probably should have been gone last season. You're probably right. Probably right. I mean, yeah. Most likely. Nia Smith manifesting. A Charger running back from last night about to get poached. Yeah, I didn't watch much of the game, so I feel like Ringo is a good matchup for Pickens. I think Ringo would struggle more of a shifty receiver, probably. Darius Cooper burned him across the field on a slant pass yesterday, and he's a little bit more shifty. There we go. Brett Toth at left guard for Dickerson, and Jordan Davis gets a sack. Why is Brett Toth the second fucking... Is Brett Toth really the backup left guard? Because that's really scary. Guy can't snap a ball for his life at center, and he surely can't play fucking guard. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Jordan Davis had a sack at the end of practice in red zone, and what was it? Goal line, red zone defense, whatever. He had a sack on him the other day when Dickerson went out on Brett Toth. Rookie Drew Kendall is at center today with Juergens not doing some team reps. He'll be the backup center this year. Yeah, so Drew Kendall, the 6th-round pick, he plays guard and center, but he's mostly been a center. He will be the backup center, which apparently he's looked pretty good. He's looked pretty good. So, not too bad. Dan said, do you think Adoree and Ringo both getting reps at the starter is a good thing, or does it mean Vic doesn't believe in either of them? No, I mean, when it's early in camp, especially a week early in camp, you're always moving guys to first team to second, second to first. You're moving guys back and forth. You're always doing that. That's very normal to do that. You know, once we like 3 weeks passes by, and like if Adoree Jackson has more reps than Ringo with first team, then you kind of see where it's going at that point. But from a week of practice, I really wouldn't make a big deal out of it, to be honest with you. Also, Drew Kendall at center for Juergens. Okay, Brett Toth. Azeez Ojulari with the first team defense today. He's been quiet at camp so far. Good chance for him today. Yeah. Moving guys around. Azeez Ojulari, bro. I mean, he stays healthy. He could have an 8 to 10 sack season. Not even kidding. Azeez Ojulari is a good player, but man can't stay healthy. And he's healthy now, which is good. You know, knock on wood, you know. Brett Toth at left guard. Also Drew Kendall center for Juergens. Okay. Lots of Saquon to start practice. He had 4 touches on the first drive, including a long run. 2 big runs, short catch. So far, so good. Reed Blankenship subs out, and it's Cooper DeJean and Sidney Brown at safety. First time in 11-11s I've seen them together. That's interesting. So they're starting to they're going to put DeJean and make him more in the box type safety. So they're putting him at both spots there, which is good. Got the coverage ability if he's opposite of Reed Blankenship, but realistically going in for Reed Blankenship means that they want him more in box too. So he's getting work at both of the safety spots, which is a good thing. That's not bad at all. Not bad. Appreciate Tanner for sending me the stuff. Hey, Spirit Halloween. I can't wait for Spirit Hall. Let me like that. I'm sorry. I am a Halloween nerd, and I always buy animatronics every year, so it's kind of crazy. So, all right, what's going on here? There we go. Let's see. Arthur increased the CeeDee Lamb in the slot would be fine because he would have to put Coop on him and Q cover Pickens. But if CeeDee Lamb goes to the outside, we're cooked. Yeah. That's going to be a problem. Keegan is like the 3rd center right now. I don't know if he's had a lot of reps at right guard. That's one thing I really don't know of as of right now. Brett Toth ruins another rep with a bad shotgun snap. He sucks. Take him the fuck out. Take him the hell out. Horrible. Jalen Hurts to Will Shipley on a wheel route for a touchdown with Jahad Campbell trailing. Really nice pass by Eagles QB. Nice. Will Shipley, man. He's starting to flourish. Come on. Give me something from these corners today. I need something today. Trust me, once you get to that first preseason game, there's gonna be a lot of eyes on shit. Trust me. I'm gonna make sure I write down every little thing that happens. Rockets Super Chat. Weapons look good. Yeah, they do. They do. Appreciate Superman. Here's what up, Joey. I just got an Art the Clown tattoo. Can I show you? Did you really? I mean, I'm a diehard fan. I would that's pretty fucking cool. I would never have thought to even do that to myself, but that's pretty fucking sweet. Send me it on X or Discord. They have to keep Campbell away from Saquon and we'll be fine. Yeah. Saquon isn't going to take shit. He ain't going to take shit. Jalen Hurts hills Will Shipley on stride, wheel route. In a meeting room before practice, what's the script of the offense today? Let's remind everyone how good Saquon is. Eagles just had a series that looked like a second half of 24 games. Damn. I was talking about the movie. Oh, weapon. Oh, I think I meant the weapons offensively. Oh, weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna my girl wants to see that movie real bad. Real bad. And I think it looks pretty. It's an over 2-hour movie too. It's actually pretty long. Gotta go see that. Yeah, I'll say Will Shipley seemingly have quite the camp. He is. Thank God, bro. Be great, Giants lined up for everyone. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Looney says, Forbes at top of the morning, Joey Shipley should turn to a poor man's McCaffrey. I like his upside. As a pure dual threat, especially a dual threat using him in the passing game, I think he'd be great. I think he would be excellent, honestly. Garrett said, Joey 6A, if Christian Parker gets poached, you think it'd be a good idea to sign Bradbury as DB's coach? Yeah, nah. I don't think so. Damn. 11 on 11 start practice. Saquon Barkley is in chirping mood today. Comments to Cooper DeJean and Jalen Carter even after every carry. Jalen Hurts hits Will Shipley in the end zone for a touchdown. Shipley beats Jahad Campbell on the route. That is great. Talking shit. Not bad. Not bad. Gonna be shit. Come on, I need some news from the cornerbacks today. Bradbury did a good job of mentoring the young DBs. Yeah, look, I don't think the Eagles have interest in bringing him as a coach. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't know if he'd be the top choice for them. Big sure the Cowboys are already in mid-season form with all the fights going on in camp. I mean, they've had like 4 or 5 fucking fights already at camp already. They're not having fights. Like, fights aren't a bad thing. They're competitive. Like, that's what I hear all the time. If you're having like more than 2, 3 fights like at fucking camp, it's a problem. It's not. It's positive if it happens maybe once, but to have one like 4 or 5 fights already is just asinine. Yeah, offense doing a good job today. The defense had their number the last couple of days. I mean, the second running back, I don't know. It depends how they're using A.J. Dillon. Do they put more focus into who's doing the Kenneth Gainwell role? Who's going to be in the Kenneth Gainwell role? Who's going to be in 2-minute offense before the half is over with during these games this year? You know? Karen said Dak's also been mid at camp. He's going to be more mid during the season between the offensive line injuries. Guyton's not going to be playing the first week. They got another player that's fucking got a broken bone and I think he's got a broken bone. I forgot his fucking name, but another guy's fucking hurt. You got no running backs, no protection. Like, yeah, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are a good combo, but is Dak going to have enough fucking time to throw the ball to them? I don't know. Jason, the biggest thing we need is the team to stay healthy for a week. It's great to see the individual enthusiasm and efforts. Ultimately, let's see the progress of lessons from the rookies. Yeah. Thank you, Tanner, for it. Kenyon Green had all the snaps at left guard with the second team during the first series of 11-11s. Cool. All right, so Kenyon Green, the former first-round pick, that was the man we got in return for trading Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to the Texans. So they have him as a left guard, second team. That's good. Khair Alam picked off Dak twice. Jesus. Whoa, are you saying Miles Sanders isn't the guy? Of course he's not. I mean, you know this. We all know this. Dave said, Joey, at this point, what do you think the real percentage of Jalen running the offense and making the calls? I would say 95%. Jalen Hurts is the coordinator for this offense because they take a lot of feedback from him. Like, he has garnished the coach's respect to get the feedback off him. He has a lot to do with game planning. As much as Nick will say something, the coordinator will put his own flavor into the offense. But realistically, Jalen Hurts is the offensive coordinator here. I mean, he's the game planner here. You know? No, I know it is. I could tell I do it. I knew it was, my friend. I knew it was. All right, here we go. We got some Micah Parsons breaking news. Says the Micah Parsons-Cowboys relationship has deteriorated to the point where the star pass rusher is considering drastic measures, which could include a trade request or even a declaration that he is severing his relationship with the team. Per multiple league sources familiar with the situation, the two sides remain far apart heading into his second week of training camp and are not currently negotiating. Fuck, dude. It's bad. I mean, this has been brewing. For Micah Parsons, this thing has been really building up inside him for a long fucking time. And I know he's seen this shit coming. I mean, he saw this from a mile away. Yeah, it's crazy. Louis says, how has Eli Ricks looked so far? He's ready to step up. He actually did really good. He started with first team slot the other day, and he got a pick on Hurts the other day. So, I mean, that's good. He started with the first team defense inside. It was good. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we got Barney Gorman. I don't know who this is. It says, Keely Adoree stuff has shades of Devin White and Nakobe last year. Think they just want Ringo to earn it, but the job is his. Not saying Adoree will be off the team after a few weeks like White. He seems more aware of his place, but wouldn't rule it out. Interesting. So they're saying that Adoree Jackson is, I guess, like a motivator for Keely Ringo to compete for his job, but ultimately Ringo is going to get the job, and Adoree might be off this team. Well, maybe. The Dickerson and Jurgensen for the set of 11-11 drills. Blankenship breaks up deep ball from Hurts to A.J. Brown. Nice. Good shit. Good shit for Reed. Eagles rookie Small Munden getting first team reps with Jeremiah Trotter in 11 versus 11s. Awesome. Fucking lie. I think they're all producing. All of them are producing. Campbell's produced the most. Trotter has pretty much almost done as much, probably more, to be honest. And Small Munden was just out for 2 days with the Small Munden was out, not last practice, but the 2 practices before that with an illness. Let's see. Hurts with a third down pass to A.J. Brown. Quinion had tight coverage, but A.J.'s strong hands were on display or held for the first down. Great. Joe says, well, Parsons still isn't paid, so either pay him or trade him. I mean, dude, no fucking player no player that as good as he is should be playing on his 5th year without a fucking extension. Like, you should not be playing in your you shouldn't even be hitting the field your 5th fucking year. Even in you shouldn't even take a step on that fucking field. You shouldn't take a step on that field on your 5th year option and not even have an extension. It's the biggest fucking. I mean, realistically, it's the biggest disrespect you can get as a player. Whether he was hurt 6 games last year or not, regardless, But either shit or get off the pot. Trade him. Just fucking trade him. Seriously. I don't fucking get it, man. Mel says, gotta love Jerry Jones. They definitely ain't trading Parsons. They need to stop. They might not. And if he's going to be, I mean, this is an official report. If he's going to take drastic measures, he might just fucking sit out the whole year. He might sit out. Like, what's the point of him playing? Like, he needs a contract. Like, what if he goes out there and gets fucking hurt? That's what I'm saying. What if Parsons goes out there and he gets hurt and he doesn't have an extension yet? He won't even get his extension. No team will sign him. If he gets a bad injury or something like that, being on the field on his fifth-year option, he gets hurt before getting an extension. No one will give him the extension. He won't get signed. I totally get it. Like, Parsons should literally fucking just sit out. He should just sit out. Because realistically, like I said, like, he's in training camp. He gets to the regular season. He gets hurt with no extension. He won't even get an extension. I'm telling you, it's fucked. It's actually really screwed up, to be honest. Let's see. The Eagles secondary is all over A.J. Brown today. 3 straight pass attempts and 3 incompletions. Reed Blankenship on a go route in the end zone with a PBU, and Quinyon Mitchell with tight coverage the last 2 attempts. Brown jokingly shoves Quinyon after the play. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. I want this defense to have a lot of good days. I really do. We do have linebackers unreal. We do. But one of the in many years to say it's one of the strong suits to this defense. One of the biggest fucking positives. Let's see. There are a few better examples of scouting development in recent years than Reed Blankenship. He might have been the 90th player on the roster as an undrafted rookie, but from MTSU, improved every year. Now in year 4, he's a crucial piece of this defense. Just had an impressive PBU against A.J. Brown in the end zone. He's the leader of the secondary. Damn, bro. There we go. Moro Jomo with a strip sack. Moro Jomo taking that Milton Williams role. Here we go. Excellent camp. Multiple pressures on Hurts. Couple strip sacks at this camp so far. Amazing. Yes. Fucking yes. Love it. Let's see. Tloropo says that's why you shouldn't talk trash about another team, because you never know when your team is gonna betray your loyalty. Parsons should have seen this coming. Yeah, I think that's part. I don't like how these players in Dallas, they really they stretch out their dirty laundry in public. What happens behind the scenes with their contracts, and too much is being said. And if he's talking about that much the last couple years, then he's very, and I honestly, it's really not even his fault, to be honest. Should he not say certain things? Probably, but if he's a disgruntled player, he's the best player on that team. He's the number 1 player in Dallas right now. Not good, man. I think this is his 5th-year option this year, isn't it? Isn't this season his 5th-year option, or no? I'll check right now. Yeah, bro, this is his 5th-year option. Yeah.
That's some fucking dis. If I'm Micah Parsons, bro, I am sitting out until I get traded. Let me tell you, if he decides to play under his 5th-year option with no extension and he gets hurt, he's fucked. He's screwed. He is screwed. Louis says, what's going on with Blankenship contract? He's in line to get paid. He deserves it. He does. Oh, you meant Blankenship. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he might. No free agent will go to Dallas. And they're not going to trade for a big-time player, I'll tell you that much. There's already enough. They'll pay Ferguson. They'll pay everybody else besides him. They want to bring that. They want to sign what's-his-face to a long-term contract, too. That other corner, LeBlanc. What the fuck's his name? Give me a name. I know I'm close with the name. I forgot. Is his 5th year? That's what I thought. So yeah, he should be on the field. I would be there suited up and. That's what I thought. So yeah, he should. Well, no, he shouldn't be on. He shouldn't be. Deron Bland, yeah, Deron Bland. I know they want to pay Deron Bland. That's already been rumored already. He cannot play a fucking snap for the Cowboys. He cannot play a snap for them this year. Sit the fuck out. Like, just sit out. Seriously, just sit out. He's better off sitting out. Keeping himself healthy. To play for them and then he gets hurt or some dumb shit happens. That's, like I said, you don't know if he's going to get hurt, but. I don't blame Micah Parsons, dude. It's this shit's been building up for like a long time. Whole Le'Veon Bell. The moment the boss trashed me in the media, that would have been my last day. Yeah, same. I mean, and then not even saying his name right, like all that, like just whether it was deliberate or not. I wouldn't play a fucking snap for that franchise. I'd sit the fuck home, I'd train, and enjoy my fucking life until I get traded. That's it. Tell my agent, I'm not playing a snap until I get traded. I'm not playing a snap until I get my extension. I'm not playing in my 5th-year option right now with no contract. And if I go out there and get fucking hurt, I'm never going to get the contract I fucking want. Like, I don't blame him. Like, that's what he should do. That's like, I think he needs a new team. He needs a team that's sane, that actually knows how to run a front office, make moves, knows how to treat their fucking players. You know, he deserves that. He deserves that. That's the fucking truth. Let's see. Bob says Cam Jurgens snaps are very limited in team drills as he deals with a back issue. And definitely something to watch considering his recent past problems. Brett Toth and rookie Drew Kendall are both getting first-team reps. I think it's precautionary. I still think it's precautionary. I don't think the Cam Jurgens thing is serious like everybody's saying it is. So I think it's precautionary. I don't think there's anything serious about the Cam Jurgens back thing. I know that people have been joking about it for years, but I wonder how true the idea of him wanting to come to Phil. I don't know, but I mean, the Eagles are not ready to give someone else a contract right now. Not from another franchise. You really got to draft. You still got to draft well. Like, you can't have Micah Parsons cutting in and getting a big contract in front of all these other guys. Jalen Carter's got to get paid. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Remember, Cooper DeJean only has 4 years. You know what I mean? He's another couple years, like he's due for a contract. So, you know. Chris has played for a team where the owner doesn't want to be the head coach. Yeah, pretty much. He's fucking. The Cowboys will never go anywhere with that Jones family running things. Like they need new ownership. Like they drastically need new fucking ownership, like desperately. Listen, what's up, man? You know Jerry always pays his guys. It might take long, but Jerry's going to pay Parsons. Plus, Jerry can tag Parsons 2 times. Yeah, but that's really shitty, dude. Like, especially like if Micah. I mean, Micah doesn't want. It just seems like he doesn't even want to fucking be there at this point. There's no team out there that lets a player play on their 5th-year option. Seriously. No fucking team does that. No fucking good player is going to let a top-of-the-line player like Micah Parsons. He should already be extended before playing on this 5th-year option. I mean, it makes no sense to me, bro. It just doesn't. Oh my god, fucking Ellie Park's like, how is Susan? I don't know. I'm not being biased because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm like, if I'm Micah Parsons, I'm legit fucking pissed off. Like, pissed off. He's been trashed in front of the media by the fucking owner of the fucking franchise. I mean, that's just. Oh, shit. Come on, Ringo. Come on, Ringo. Oh, my God, Ringo. Elijah Cooks beats Keely Ringo on a slant for a touchdown in red zone drills. Fuck, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Good for Elijah Cooks, bro. Elijah Cooks is killing it in camp. Fuck. Chris says Eli Ricks time. I don't know, bro. Might as well give it a shot. We got preseason game next week. It is like, I'm tired of seeing this shit every fucking day. Every fucking day he's getting beat. That says Micah Parsons. I know he wants to go. Greg Newsome incoming. Yeah, I don't know if this is a fan speculation. Is this fan speculation or is this like an actual report that Newsome's actually on the fucking trade block? I feel like it's more fan speculation because I've never heard. The only time I hear his name is if I'm streaming and people are saying it. That's Cooks is cooking. He is. He's fucking cooking, bro. He's cooking all right. Trade for Slay again. If it's all right to get burned by AJ and Smitty, but Cooks, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He got beat by what's the guy? Darius Cooper? He got beat by Darius Cooper on a fucking on a slant yesterday. He got beat yesterday by Darius Cooper. I don't want to jump to any type of assumptions that Ringo that won't win this job. I don't want to jump to it, but it's really tough. It's really fucking tough, man. Melvin says Ringo might be it. I mean, Essie says Newsome has been on the block all offseason, but the Browns just lost a cornerback for the season, so he might be off. Okay. Might be right. I don't know who got hurt from the Browns, so I'm not sure. They said character building for Ringo. Let him be out there. He isn't going to get better until he learns. It's the mental pressure Ringo has to overcome. Yeah. They have to give this another few weeks. Like we have to go through this for another few weeks. We got to go through for another few weeks. Simple as that. I mean, you know, like I want to know, like after he gets beat, like what's Ringo's body language? Does he look defeated? Does he look, you know what I mean? Like I want to know, like what's Ringo's body language after he gets beat? Like if he looks defeated, that's not good. I mean, that's just you already lose the job if there's no self-confidence. I don't know. I'm gonna drink a gallon of water quick. And to fucking cool down. Yeah, now the Browns have been looking to trade Newsome for a while. That's from actual reports, I believe. But yes, him coming to Philly is a fan speculation. Okay. So I figured that was the case because I've never heard seen a report of Greg Newsome coming to the Eagles at all. Period. Asante Samuel Jr. is the only one that's out there right now. I mean, that's it. I mean, Asante Samuel Jr. is like literally the only one. Literally the only one that's out there. That's a free agent, at least from that perspective. Maybe it's time for a ring. Ivanka Trump's biggest fan. He risks to get some run. Mel Mason says, man, I hate when we let Slay and Chauncey go. That will hurt. I mean, letting Slay go is big. I mean, $10 million for the year is a nice big chunk of change for the Eagles to, they want to let these veterans be fulfilled with a Super Bowl. They go somewhere else. I get it. Rigo says this is the part of the learning curve. I get it, bro. It's just, as much as I'm like, I want to be like, Ringo, what the fuck? I just can't do that. I just can't. The Shea says, move Ringo big ass to safety. Who do we have join practice with the coming weeks? The Browns. The Browns. Fuck, man. God damn it. God damn it, Ringo. Fuck. I know for a fact when I stream this fucking preseason game and he gets burned, I'm going to throw my hat across the fucking room. I already know it's going to happen. I have a feeling it's going to happen. Probably said, not going to lie, each day that goes on, I worry about Ringo more and more. And I probably agree with you. Goes, says, no Ringo needs to do this job at cornerback or buy. Is the third said, well, get ready for those cornerback trade rumors to start. Probably. I'm happy for Elijah Cooks because depth receiver is just fucking bad right now. And like, we want somebody to be productive and show something. But it's like, but I don't even, it's like, yeah, Ringo is, whatever. And Adoree Jackson is just like there. And I know Vic Fangio doesn't think of Adoree Jackson, if anything, right now. He even talked about it. It's like the guy hasn't earned a second contract from any team he's been on. Adoree Jackson has not earned any other contract that he's been on more than a fucking year on a team. Obviously, besides, being there for the Titans on his rookie deal and being with the fucking, I get it. But it's almost like the guy said on some random tweet was like, they're treating Adoree Jackson is only here. Adoree Jackson is literally the Devin White role. Adoree Jackson is only here to kind of give a Ringo that push. I guess. I don't know. Chris says, when vets become fulfilled, they lose their edge. See the 2017 after they won the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. A lot of guys did. A lot of guys got paid, and a lot of guys didn't do nothing. And we were restructuring contracts and restructure after the 2017 Super Bowl. And then on top of drafting horribly year after year, besides like 2018, because we got Sanders was, I guess, productive in some case. And you got Goddard, and Maddox was pretty good when he first got here for a short amount of a couple of years. But, Chris said, would you put Cooper DeJean on the outside if it comes to that? No. I mean, I don't know, because it's a lose-lose situation. You put Cooper DeJean on the outside, you got nobody that can play the inside. And Mac McWilliams isn't even practicing with a quad injury today. So that's a big fucking problem. So he's got a lingering quad injury. There's nothing you could do for it. You just got to let it heal and hope it goes away. That's what it is. I'm back. Sorry. I would say, yeah, I think Ringo should be tried in a different position. I hate the thought of letting him go. It's so much potential. I know. Like I said, we just have to let him. We have to give it like we haven't hit a preseason game yet. Like he's got to show up against another team in another jersey. If he doesn't do that, then it fucking sucks, dude. Like you let Rodgers go. Now fucking knowing that there was no comp pick involved with Rodgers. Now that pisses me off even more that they just like said, we got Ringo. We're fine. That's the shit that annoys me. Boy. I don't want to be stressed. Johnny F says Micah Parsons trade request per Diana RC. Yeah, I seen it. We just talked about it. We lost the Rodgers comp pick by signing Aziz. I don't think they can get more than 3 comp picks anyway. They can't get more than 3. Like, if it was up to Howie, we'd have, like, fucking 10 comp picks. I'm not even kidding. But I think you can only be awarded 3 comp picks. Oh, by the way, Killer Ghost, that's an awesome fucking tattoo. That is fucking awesome, by the way. Damn. That's crazy. You're allowed 4? Oh, so we never got... Well, how the fuck do we not get 4? I thought you were only allowed 3. Damn. Yeah, Rodgers went to the Vikings, and he's still doing, like... Rodgers was in Philly not too long ago. He's still doing work in Philly. Like, his experience... He loves Philadelphia. Yeah, Aziz canceled out Rodgers. Oh, that sucks. So signing Aziz canceled out Rodgers? Oh. I don't know how that works, to be honest, with some of these comp picks and releasing and signing the same player to the same position and all that type of stuff. So I don't know what's going on with practice because I haven't seen nothing else. I've been looking. I haven't seen anything else. Damn, bro. That gotcha, which I don't get why, because he got 6 million and he's got 4. Shouldn't cancel out mathematically, but yeah, that's how it's shaking out. Okay. Well, I guess that's how it went then. I don't know. I mean, practice might be over. I mean, I don't know. It's 11:13. I don't want to hear about Micah Parsons coming to the Eagles or any of that unrealistic bullshit today. It's never gonna that would never happen. Never happen. Oh boy. Is there any other updates? Because I don't see anything. I don't see nothing today. Keely Ringo called for PI on a deep pass from Hurts to Dotson. Ringo had a good position, but didn't turn his head around and ran to Dotson. He did that twice already. He did that against A.J. Brown, too. Oh, man. Bad. It's a bad day. It's a bad fucking day. Jesus. Yeah, dude, Ringo got to lock in or something. This dude stinks. We need a corner. Fuck, dude. If you can't, if you're getting beat by Elijah Cooks, you ain't damn well beating fucking Jahan Dotson. I mean, it seems like every time he's covering people, like he's actually, his coverage isn't, I don't know, it seems like he's very close. And then at right when the ball gets there, he like fucking chokes. Like completely fucking chokes. That sucks. That sucks. Keely Ringo flag for pass interference defending Jahan Dotson deep. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh fucking man. I'm trying to find something positive to say. Dude, Joe, you think Giants are going to do something with Wilson this year? Watched it. They are stacking older guys. I think the Giants, I think their defense is going to be good, but I mean, with Russell Wilson, I think that gets him to a 7-8 win record. But I mean, nothing more than that. He might not have the mentality to play corner. That's the shit I want. The one thing you can tell from a cornerback that gets beat is like you kind of see like, does he get better throughout camp? Does he make a play? Or is he just like mentally fucking done? Like that's where I'm kind of at. I'd roll Ricks out there for week 1. I mean, it doesn't hurt, dude. It doesn't hurt. Eagles cycling through a lot of players during this time period. Yeah. Tyler Steen has looked much better at right guard the last few days. Knocks over Jalen Carter on the rep in 11 on 11. Damn. Nice. That's good. That's a really good sign there, too. I mean, look, Stalin talked about Steen. The first player that he talked about a day ago was Tyler Steen. And I think Matt Pryor might be maybe the runner-up for right guard. We'll see. But that's a good, it's a good sign, though, for Tyler Steen. Knocks over Jalen Carter. That's good. They are probably going to roll with either Ringo or Dory if we are being real. Well, obviously, but they might not. Remember, the first day of training camp, Howie Roseman said that they have draft picks. If they have to improve this roster this year, they're going to be looking at shit. After these practices, the coaches come together and they always have these, they always have talks about what's going on. Here we go, Ty. We have a Saquon Barkley touchdown. Runs for a touchdown. Hurts runs over and jumps on him as Saquon chirps at the defense. Oh, boy. Saquon Barkley's having a good day today. Good day, good day. Oh, Keely Ringo, man. I want you to fucking ball out so bad. I want you to just be better and get better. Like I'm so rooting for him, man. I really am. I'm rooting for him like really bad. NFL Network was just praising Hurts and Roseman. But I get it wasn't gonna happen. You have a monster fucking roster, and because of this one fucking position, you're like, man, it bothers the fuck out of me. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to those years of bandaging a fucking corner position and signing a veteran. And I don't want to go. I mean, I know they did it with, at least they didn't, with Slay, it was different when they signed him because Slay was already fucking good when he got here. We knew he was good. The Eagles needed a number one guy, and they got him with Slay. And we just added to that piece with Quinyon Mitchell. You know what I mean? So Saquon has 2 short touchdown runs inside the 5. Talk some trash to Jalen Carter. Damn, Saquon Barkley looked a little banged up after a red zone catch, but he scored a rushing touchdown the next play and then got in Jeremiah Trotter Jr.'s face. Barkley scored again on 2-point try and talked trash to Trot again. Holy shit. See, that's the shit that's healthy. No one's got to throw fucking fists around, but hey, we're not really worried about Saquon Barkley. We're good. He's getting a lot of reps in training camp. Like he's gotten hit a good amount of times in training camp so far. If Pickens cooks Ringo or Jackson, we'll never hear the end of it. Ringo needs to get out of his head. Pressure is definitely getting to him. It seems like he's there with the coverage. It seems like he's always there. Like it seems like he's in the right spot in coverage. And then like as soon as the ball gets there, it's like it's either a PI call. I mean, he's getting burned on slants pretty fucking bad. Slant passes, he's getting burned. He got burned by Darius Cooper. He got beat today by fucking Elijah Cooks. I mean, we're worried about his vertical fucking backtrack speed and coverage. I mean, and he's getting beat on fucking slants. Huh, it's funny. You tried, huh? Saquon Barkley to the Eagles defense after scoring a rushing touchdown. Jalen Hurts runs over and jumps on Saquon after the touchdown. That's funny. Oh man. I don't want to make a bad video about Ringo after. I don't want to talk shit. I mean, I'm not really going to talk shit, but what we're hearing is what we're hearing. I mean, what we're hearing and what they're seeing, that's what's being reported, and that's what's going to have to get reported. Like, I don't want to talk. I'm not going to speak bad on Ringo, but if he's not cutting it out, he's not cutting it. That's what's happening, bro. A little banged up, shut him down. He knows. We know he's good. Yeah. Here's why it's weird that we didn't sign Rodgers. So something makes me think they didn't want him back. Only $4 million for someone who had valuable time in the system. Yeah, I don't know either, bro. I mean, Rodgers is a legit starting corner. He's a legit starting fucking cornerback. Wow, DJ, what killed Rager was his mentality. Please let that not be the case with Ringo, especially coming from he's won a national championship. He shouldn't have that type of mentality coming from, especially being around fucking Carter and Nolan Smith and the rest of those guys. I mean, mentality can only take you so far. You have to play well. Like, you physically have to do the job and play well. You could have the biggest type of mentality in the world, but it's only going to take you so far. See something. So it says, among the key issues, Micah Parsons spoke directly with Jerry Jones for over multiple days in the spring. The team believed those conversations were negotiations and that it had a deal. But Parsons believed the talks were just conversations and wanted his agent to handle the negotiations. When his agent attempted to start negotiations, The Cowboys declined to engage with him and told the pass rusher that they believed they already had a deal. Now the team is refusing to engage with Parsons against a Parsons agent at all, creating a tense standoff amid increasing friction. That's fucking shitty. Parsons has been going into meetings with Jerry Jones thinking that there was something on the table, and realistically, has been no deal on the table for Parsons this entire fucking time. And then Jerry Jones has declined to talk to Micah Parsons' agent. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck are they running over there? What are you guys running over there? Fuck it, really, bro. What are you doing over there? That's just insane. You have to speak the facts. Yeah. There's people that comment on the videos and they say I'm just shitting on people to shit on. I mean, that happens every fucking year in training camp. I talk bad about it. It's not even like I'm talking bad about the player. I am talking about what's being fucking reported. And then I give my opinion on it. But I haven't given up on Ringo. Like, it's only been a week of practice. A week. You know? But he's getting beat by no-name players. He's getting beat by starters. You know, the people that are like, hey, well, you can't win against A.J. Brown all the time. It's A.J. Brown. I'm like, I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, if that happens in a fucking game, no one's going to say, well, CeeDee Lamb's really good. CeeDee Lamb's a good receiver. Not a lot of people could cover CeeDee Lamb. Like, no one's going to say that during the fucking year. You think people are going to say that during the year? No. Because it's training camp, everybody's calm, cool, and collective about it. But once it happens in a fucking game, people are going to flip their fucking mind. I'm telling you. PHY, Ringo was getting thrown into the fire at times throughout the last 2 years, so that wasn't helping either. Well, you have to throw him into the fire. Like, you got to throw him into a sticky situation. You throw him into a game cold, and then he doesn't play well. I mean, what do you expect? He's not practicing with the first team, so he's not getting a lot of reps. He didn't get enough reps at corner last year because he wasn't a starter. Simple as that. You're taking a player going into this year that had no fucking reps at outside corner, never started, never was even barely the backup last year. And it's a lot of pressure. It's not Ringo's fault. It's the front office's fault for letting, Slay sign with another team, and they had no answer. They didn't draft a fucking corner this year. Sorry, besides Mac McWilliams, they didn't draft a corner higher this year. You didn't have to draft Makuba. You didn't have to draft Makuba if you fucking just let Chauncey play another fucking year. I don't know what the problem was with that, but that created another fucking hole for this team. You know what I mean? A.J. Brown definitely done for the day. Don't blame Ringo. It's not Ringo's fault. It's it's Howie's fault. If this turns into a bigger fucking problem. You traded Chauncey, and then it became a big fucking need in the draft, and you had to draft that position because they obviously didn't trust Sidney Brown and didn't trust fucking Trisha McCollum. You know what I mean? You save a lot of cap the next couple of years. You save what, like $6 million next year, $13.8 million the next year for getting rid of Chauncey. But dude, like, it didn't help us at all. For him leaving did not fucking help us. Whatever happened behind the scenes, that it was a cap move that Vic Fangio said, and then Chauncey kind of clapped back at it. You had to go and draft a fucking safety high. People said Ringo would be better than Slay this year and was happy he was gone. PJ said I would blame Ringo, but with how great we've been picking and choosing players, it makes me question what our plan was with the secondary. I don't know. They took the fucking shortcut route when it came to corner this year. Because they just said, nah, we don't need Rodgers. Nah, we don't, you know what I mean? I have no idea. Chris Coffin with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. It says, please don't let us backslide to having Nolan Carroll type cornerbacks. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, please, like, don't get us back in this. The problem is, like, yeah, you could put Cooper DeJean on the outside, but it's just going to make the defense worse, bro. Cooper DeJean is going to make a lot of plays when he has to go to, play off ball into the flat or something like that. Like, that's what he's going to be used for. Make him that Malcolm Jenkins piece of this defense. But play Cooper DeJean on the inside this year. God, he's going to do way more. If you put him on, if you make him cornerback, you make Cooper DeJean cornerback too, and just have him focus on one guy the entire fucking game, it totally backtracks your defense by a fucking landslide. A complete landslide. You know what I mean? Are they done with practice? Fucking pisses me off. The more he's getting beat in this practice, the more it's like they just signed a Dory Jackson to make him a motivator, and they're going to end up getting rid of him. Once Ringo is ready, they'll just get rid of him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I really don't know. I said in the offseason when they traded Chauncey, when they were starting making some moves, I was like, all right, we just got to wait it out. There's got to be some plan behind all of this. But you literally are just letting corners walk out the fucking door, and you're literally taking a guy that didn't have any fucking reps last year and putting all the pressure onto one fucking player to make the position. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that, like, do not blame Keely Ringo for this. Like, it's not like he's got an opportunity, he's gonna take it, whether he's good, bad, or whatever. It's Howie Roseman. Like, simple. And I don't hate Howie Roseman, but this was a very, what he's doing right now with this cornerback 2 spot is a very delicate situation. Like, it's a lot to put on a fucking player that had no reps at corner last year. I'm not worried about safety because there's answers at safety. I'm not really worried about safety as much because there's answers for it. I'm not worried about safety as much. Because regardless of what happens, like, Makuba's coming back slowly, which is good. Light practice for him, shoulder pads, did some individual work today, so I have no issue with that. And Justin Simmons is lingering out there if that's like your last fucking play. If Fangio's like, Sidney Brown's not doing well, Makuba needs more time, and we might have to go for a free agent that's out there, then fine, you go do that. Cooper DeJean can play safety as well, but that inside corner spot needs to be figured out too, because you're just going to create another weakness by moving a player. It doesn't fix anything. Then you're just back to square one. So you move Cooper DeJean to cornerback 2. They're moving their number 1 fucking receiver on the inside. You keep Cooper inside, they're gonna burn Ringo. I mean, it's a fucking lose-lose. It doesn't matter. It's a lose-lose. Appreciate that super chat, Chris, by the way. Page-wise, the only problem I have is that we have a month left until the season starts, and I don't want any another Jahan situation in the corner. If we trade for someone, they have to catch up. Yeah, I mean, that's another problem. You get somebody, you trade for somebody or sign somebody brand new a couple weeks before the season starts. It's just, they can't start them at cornerback the first fucking week. So this has got to be like, I'd say you give Ringo another week and a preseason game, and if it seems like he's just totally getting beat every fucking minute, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You have to give this another, like, 3.5. You have to give this thing, like, another 3 weeks. But realistically, I feel like you get through another week of practice and at least a preseason game. If there's nothing that's, like, if he's getting beat every fucking time, then I don't know. Lord said, made me feel like NFL is rigged. How he could have gotten Jair or Ramsey or kept Rodgers. How he had so many chances, be almost like it's rigged for us to have a week. No, I don't think it's rigged. I think he wanted to go cheaper at the position, and these Georgia guys have worked out for us. Ringo is really the only Georgia guy that hasn't really panned out for us yet, really hasn't been given the opportunity. So they decided to give him the opportunity. They signed a veteran with Adoree Jackson behind him to be like a safety blanket or to motivate Ringo during these practices. Because ultimately, Adoree Jackson might not be on this team after. I mean, who knows? And I don't think Fangio is high on Adoree Jackson. If Fangio is pretty much saying at a press conference he needs to prove himself and he hasn't proved himself yet, then he doesn't feel high on him right now this minute. I don't think AJ Brown's hurt. I think he was in a lot today. I think he had a lot of reps today. You know, Asante Samuel Jr. is out there, you know, but would I sign him right now? No, I want to get through at least a preseason game. Like, if Ringo gets burnt the entire preseason game, then I don't know. But it depends who he's up against. It just depends. Ringo's getting beat by fucking no-names. He's getting beat by fucking Darius Cooper. He's getting beat by fucking Elijah fucking Cooks. You know what I mean? I don't want this to turn into I don't want to turn this into like a let's bash Keely Ringo. It's like I don't want to turn into that, but what he's doing on the field and what we're hearing is what we're hearing. Yeah, Ringo didn't have a good preseason last year either. He definitely got burnt in preseason games too. I remember that 100%. That's true. Ken says, relax, everybody. Wasn't high on Dean before last season. He popped as the season went on. Relax. These reps are needed. Yeah, no, I get it. Because I don't think, because realistically, I don't get how Dean had a really bad offseason and then all of a sudden he just showed up. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like Nakobe Dean was getting, like, after that open practice, I was almost done with him at that point because he was getting literally fucking destroyed by Kenneth Gainwell on fucking wheel routes. You know? So we'll see. I'm going to let this thing, like Crawley said, like, we're going to let this thing play out, but it's just to a point where, like, the only time he did well against, like, the only receiver he's done well against was fucking Johnny Wilson. But what is that telling you? Like, Johnny Wilson, like, he's really not anything right now. Johnny Wilson can't even catch a football consistently right now. So is it saying much? I don't know. We have no choice but give Ringo a shot, and Howie we trust. That's it. Some players are not good at practice, weirdly enough, and that's probably true. The more reps he gets, the better he's going to be, and the more ready he will be. Johnny won't be catching that shit anyway. No. Like, Johnny Wilson's the only receiver he's done well against. That's it. Not Elijah Cooks. Not Darius Cooper. Not A.J. Brown. PI call. Not Jahan Dotson today. PI call. You know what I mean? If Ringo is, like, chasing A.J. Brown, you're chasing a receiver, the ball comes down. Ringo literally isn't. If Ringo's not looking back for that ball, that means he's panicking in coverage. And he's running into the receiver for a PI call. He's in panic mode in coverage. So, you know what I mean? Trevor Keegan has been snapping at low frequently in practice today. Jeff Stouten is testing him at center in training camp because he believes they need 4 guys available on the roster who could do it. And that's good. That's good. Lord says Dak, Mahomes, and Stafford are going to have a field day, Ringo, if this keeps up. No. Ken says, watch Ringo lock shit down next week in preseason. I really fucking hope so. I really hope so. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Big Sarge, what's going on? It's just 6 days till we play Eagles football. Hell yeah, bro. I'm ready for it. No, Johnny Wilson could fucking block. He could block, no doubt. I have to give the Eagles respect too because they give a lot of chances. I mean, they threw a pass to Johnny Wilson in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So they give these guys their opportunities. There's no doubt about it. Like I like how they don't just play favorites or just target favorites. Like they try to spread it around. They try to do things differently in game that, you know, some of these players don't have a lot of tape on them during the year for some of these defenses to study. So when you throw to Johnny Wilson, no one's really expecting it. And if he can make the play, that's great. You know? Lord says, Bradbury got bullied and his weakness eventually broke the whole defense. I mean, I don't think that was all on Bradbury, bro. We had bad coaching behind that defense in 23 between Sean Desai and Matt Patricia. It was a fucking disaster. That whole team was a fucking disaster at the just the whole year, man. Especially the end of the year. I mean, can't blame one player for that. It's on the entire team. I mean, Wilson should consider moving the tight end. Well, last year that was the case. Last year, I think there was a beat writer that asked Johnny Wilson during practice at the press conference if he would move there, if they had discussions, and he said no. You know, I'm not even a fan of the depth at receiver. Besides, Goddard and Calcaterra are the only only tight ends that have been doing shit in camp. Calcaterra has had a really good camp, but Kylan Granson and that other kid from the Raiders I'm not really feeling those other tight ends that they have. Not really feeling any of the other tight ends that they have right now. Not really feeling it. Ken said, I hope all the QBs you named pass protection will be outstanding because that pass rush is coming and none of them QBs you named is mobile. Mahomes, maybe, but we've seen what happened to him last time. That's true. You know, you want to make sure, you know, your defensive line is, you know, the pass rush and the coverage is hand in hand. It's hand in hand with each other. You got, you know, it's less time. You got good pass rush. It's less time for less time for these corners to cover. You know what I mean? These corners cover for a long time, the pass rush will get there. It's very hand in hand with each other. But the defensive line should be pretty fucking good. You know, I don't want it to overshadow the secondary. The secondary should be better this year. Secondary should be way better this year. Those two fucking moves you made, bro, became big fucking questions going into the draft and going into training camp, are becoming big time competitions now. It does. It does. Like 2022, bro, like the Eagles almost broke. The Eagles could have been legendary that year. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a year like that with the amount of sacks, 70-something sacks, whatever it was they had for the year. But a lot of teams can't do that. But even in 22, you know, the secondary, you know, Bradbury was kind of struggling late in the year, but you know, that pass rush was fucking huge, man. It was huge for that. You know, they had no time to run the football. They couldn't fucking do play action. I mean, these quarterbacks were struggling against that defensive line that year. That rookie safety reminds me of Dean Too Small and will be hurt all the time. I hope not. But he's coming back now, so he's got a second chance. You know, he's coming back. Okay, so just give Ringo time if you're betting. Take Dak for one interception that game. That's a lock. Money, yeah. Yeah. We will see. We will see. I don't know if anything's going on at practice here. Nothing else. There's really nothing else. Oh, man. It's tiring. It's tiring, bro. Like, we shouldn't really be in this position, you know? Shouldn't really be in a position like this at all. But that's sometimes the way it is. Chris with the super chat, thanks so much, man. Says in 22 we didn't play a great QB until the Super Bowl. Realistically, yeah. And look what happened. Look what happened. You know? Which my point is what they wasn't even trying Slay. They just bullied Bradbury all game. Hope we don't get 2.0 of that. I hope so. I hope not either. I hope not either. I don't even believe in Stottenheimer. Y'all talking about Dak like he was playing good before he got hurt. Dak was playing ass before he went down. Philly by 16 week 1. And they got a fucking tough schedule in the beginning. Besides the Cowboys, they got fucking 4 playoff teams that they're facing. They have a juggernaut. So the offense got to get the rust off as fast as they possibly can because they're trying to screw us with that beginning of the schedule. If they can win 3 out of 4 of those games, I'll be happy with it. But it's going to be a tough beginning. Defense has got to be fucking ready. The defense is going to go through its growing pains at the beginning of the season. I just really hope it doesn't cost us games. That's really all I'm at with that. I'm just really hoping it doesn't cost us games. You know? Hoping it doesn't. Big Star and Pop opinion. I still think we should have drafted another cornerback besides McWilliams. I probably agree. I mean, you know, you're probably right. You're probably right. There was a hole at safety that you didn't have to create, and they did. And then they had to replace that position. You know? Yeah, defense didn't get one stop in the second half of that 22 Super Bowl. Lost us the game. Yeah. Yep. And I remember KC beat us in red zone. We were on red zone defense. We were backed up into our fucking end zone. And we got beat on the same fucking play twice. Twice. No more Byron Maxwell's or Carroll's. No, fucking no. We went 2-2 in the beginning last year and won it. We got this. Yeah. We still, like I said, you know, you don't play a lot of starters in preseason, so knocking off Russ beginning of the season is the normal thing, you know. This is Deron Bland. They both getting cooked in practice, and Bland is their number 1. AJ and Smitty barbecue chicken. Yeah, that's true. Should have let Chauncey play out. At least play out one more. He had 2 more years left. He should just played out one more fucking year. I mean, was it really all about cap savings, or was it really something else? Because apparently it was something else. I think practice is done, guys. I mean, it's like both seem like very much like Howie signing versus guys Vic won and Vic more or less said about Jackson. Interesting. But I think that's it for practice. I mean, I don't see anything I don't even see anything else going on. It says, man, Jonathan Gannon threw that Super Bowl game. Everybody know that. Oh, yeah. I mean, because he was already hired for that fucking head coaching job from the NFC Championship to the Super Bowl. I mean, he must have been careless between that entire time. Fucking entire time. I said, like, Mahomes didn't even play good. A Super Bowl to me. Andy Reid was scheming everybody wide the fuck open. No tough runs or passes the whole Super Bowl for Mahomes. Yeah, that's a shutout, bro. I mean, that's one of the biggest shutouts in Super Bowl history. I mean, besides the garbage time touchdowns he had at the fucking end, because they're up 40 fucking points. Realistically, what's up with the NFL schedule maker? Always having us go down to Tampa. I don't know, bro. Got Tampa. Got KC again in KC. You don't have one home game. You don't have a consistent home game 2 weeks straight. You're home away, home away, home away. You don't have consistent home games at all. But I think that's going to be it for practice. I haven't seen nothing else. It's very quiet. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we should have went for 50 plus. I know Hurts wanted to stay in that fucking game too. He was, as soon as like Mahomes started scoring a couple touchdowns, he was like, "You sure? You sure you don't want me to come back in? You sure?" Like he was, you know. Mel's the time will tell. We got to trust the process, but I have a lot of questions about some of the moves on the back end of the defense. I agree. I agree. You took a big shortcut with Ringo, a big shortcut, and I really hope it pays off, bro, because it's gonna be a long fucking year. It's like, oh, the offense is gonna score points, the defense is gonna have some good pressure, but then like it's gonna be that moment where a team's gonna come back in the game because one position is just a glaring fucking weakness, you know. So I hope they have an answer for it, but we have to give this thing time. Ringo's not playing good. Simple as that. After a week of camp, he's really not doing well. So we get through another week, and then we get through the first preseason game and see how he does against another team. Because once you're in like a game situation, all eyes are on you at that fucking position. Better show out. Better show out. Chris says they're trusting the process down in DC, and they're about to lose their best wide receiver. I know. It's crazy stuff, dude. They're talking about, and their comments, Washington's comments about, oh yeah, him getting a contract that big is because his age is a factor, bro. Like you've been signing, like what are you talking about? You just signed a fucking you signed, Deebo Samuel got traded here. You signed a 30-year-old receiver. You signed Bobby Wagner. It's getting $10 million fully guaranteed. Like, what are you talking about? You're the oldest roster. You're the oldest roster in the league right now. And you're making a big deal out of Terry McLaurin, your best receiver that's been through the ups and downs of that franchise, and you're giving him, and you're not going to re-sign him? Shit. That's some crazy shit. Crazy. Rookie linebacker Small Munden kept up with Saquon Barkley on a deep pass and timed a swipe at the right moment and dislodged the pass in the end zone. Nice play. Damn. Small Munden. McLaurin is going to go to the Raiders. Or he might go to the Patriots with Diggs. Might go to the Patriots. Yeah, NFL is a harsh business. It is. Harsh indeed. Yeah, so that was a wheel route. Small Munden prevented a wheel route touchdown to Saquon Barkley, 30-plus yards. Downfield, pretty nice play by the rookie. Damn. Good shit, man. Lord Vaughn said, nah, they ain't trusting nothing. All Washington fans know they're either crying or coping. Fucking to have a wide receiver problem like in Jaden Daniels' second fucking year. They lucky they have Debo because they'd have nobody at this point. Signing a bunch of fucking has-beens. Bates Sergeant Monday is going to be a sleeper stud. I agree with that, man. I think he is too. That whole linebacker core is fucking playing amazing. Amazing. Especially since Zach Bond is out with the contusion on his back, which is fine. It just gives these other guys more opportunities, and it gives Vic Fangio like more eyes on these other guys. So now it's like, now they're moving like Jahad Campbell, second team as an edge rusher, and like just imagine the stuff that they could do. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even worried about the defensive line because now they can add Campbell to the mix if they really need to. If they have multiple linebackers playing well, they could put Campbell wherever the fuck they want. He could be another moving piece all over the line. It's great. It's great. It's good stuff, my friend. It's good stuff. So I think we've had a really good conversation today. I think about a lot of stuff and with the positions and how the Eagles kind of went into this offseason program and the problems they created from the beginning of the offseason program when it comes to trading players that were well needed this year and why they did it and why put this on yourself and putting all the pressure on a fucking, it's not like Ringo is a fucking second round pick, bro. You know what I mean? Ringo's what? Ringo's a 5th round pick. Like, you're putting a 5th round pick. You're putting pressure on a 5th round pick that had no snaps at corner last year to start as the number 2. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I'm saying, like, as much as we'll talk about Ringo, it's like he's a 5th rounder. Like, what am I supposed to expect from him? If he does play bad, am I supposed to be that mad at him? No. Of course not. Last person I'll be mad at is Ringo. He's doing whatever he can. He's doing what he's told to do. And if he can't do it, it's not on him. It's on the fucking front office for creating this situation. Oh, don't worry about Elliott Shore-Parks talking. He like is all he's so big on like Hurts statistics in fucking camp. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's at least the linebacker position has been best news from training. It really has. And I think it's been the top news of this defense in training camp, to be honest. Ringo said the problem with Ringo is he only plays 99% of the snap. Shea says Washington only beat one team over 500 in the regular season. It was us. The only reason they won because Hurts got injured. Their schedule was brutal. Yeah, and they had 5 turnovers. Remember the commentators were like, "Oh my God, how is Washington with 5 turnovers? They're still playing so good." Like, wait, like they were talking so good. Like Hurts gets hurt, and they're like making them so like. It pissed me off, dude. Pissed me off during that game. They beat us, bro, and they celebrated. Their fans celebrated that shit for like 2-3 weeks straight. Johnson move was wholly unnecessary. 2 years here, 12 picks. Yeah. M9 said CJ and Rodgers were not even old. That's what it gets me. Yeah. I mean, CJ was what, 27, 28? I mean, like, cap reasons? Like, bro, like, Chauncey is like, that's a player you need on this team, like, especially with his personality. And that guy is a tone-setting fucking safety. I'm not saying Makuba can't be that, but you created that fucking hole, and then you had to draft it immediately. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I still don't get it. I guess this practice is still going on. It's like 12 o'clock already. All right, it's done. Practice is over. Day 7 Eagles practice in the books. Okay. All right, so I mean, I think the linebackers had a good day. Ojomo had a great day. Will Shipley had a great day. Elijah Cook's fantastic day. I mean, what did we hear from Adoree Jackson today? What did we hear from Adoree Jackson? Nothing. We heard nothing from Adoree Jackson today. Nothing on anything. So, nothing we could say about that. Oh, I'm not worried about Makuba. He just got to stay. He just got to get off this little injury. He had a really hard collision with Danny Gray a few days ago. It happens. Guys are gonna get hurt from a collision like that. Danny Gray was hurt and Makuba was hurt. Danny Gray's not here. He got waived, but could come back off waivers if he's not claimed. I'm not giving up on Ringo yet, but it's a little concerning. That's all. And it's not Ringo's fault. Like, I blame the front office for how they treated this corner spot. You let 2 fucking guys walk out the door. I mean, Slay, okay, let him walk, but Isaiah Rodgers, like if there was no comp pick involved with it or it canceled out the comp pick, whatever, why did you let Ringo walk? Sorry, why'd you let Isaiah Rodgers walk? So whatever happened behind whatever happened behind the scenes with CJ, that was like a big. That was, CJ got a big house in Philadelphia, putting his roots like in the Philadelphia community. He thought he was going to be here the rest of his career. I figured the Eagles were going to hold on to him to at least one more year, and then the last year of his deal, they would have done something. At least. If you hear nothing from cornerback, it's a good sign. From Adoree Jackson, I mean, I don't know if that's good. Like, cornerback is a hot commodity of a position right now in training camp that's under strict competition. So not hearing about Adoree Jackson is probably not a great thing, but unless they didn't throw to his way today at all. Unless whatever reps he had, he was just on coverage and no one reported that. So I don't know if these beat writers are reporting the right or the wrong thing today because, So we'll see. But I will have a video out on all this. We'll have a lot to talk about in the video for tomorrow. I don't know if there's practice tomorrow. If this was college, they would. Yeah, I remember him saying that. If Adoree got cooked, we would have heard about it. Yeah, it's true. But we heard nothing. So they must have not thrown his way that much today. Probably not much when it came to at least to the competition today, the matchups today. So all right, So we'll see. As to go get Justin Simmons, no, not yet, not yet. We still got time. Safety, I'm not even that stressed about. Like, there is some concerning things there, but not like this shit, because the whole offseason program it definitely connects to the safety position as well, because you got rid of Chauncey. So I guess it all connects in some way. Terrence says, I think they have the day off tomorrow. I hope so, because I want to get some stuff done tomorrow morning. I got some projects I need to do around the house tomorrow, so I'm hoping that I could just make a video whenever I can tomorrow, and that's it. So, yeah. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for the 8 new members to the channel today, the super chats today. Thank you so much. Hit the like button if you guys haven't. Subscribe if you're new. We cover the Eagles every single day. Yeah, Chris says Ringo getting cooked. It is. After a week, it kind of is. But we have a preseason game next week. We'll see what happens. Oh, so Nina says they're off tomorrow and back on Sunday. Good. Okay, good. That's good. All right. So they don't have off on Sunday at all. So they're just off on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, because they have a preseason game to start next week. So they want to get practice kind of going there, But all right, my peoples, I will see you guys on the next one for tomorrow. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the members and everybody that tuned in for Eagles training camp and venting with me over this whole entire situation. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys. Well, I'll have a video out tomorrow, so definitely, if you guys haven't checked out the video from yesterday's training camp, just click on the video, watch it. It's up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. That's it. Shakes what up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. Peace.